Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, December 11th, I guess. You know what time it is. It's time for the eye test. The weekly thing we do around these parts. Talk about your Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to send the link out. I think let me make sure I go ahead and send this link out and post it in the comments here. And do the stuff I'm supposed to be doing rats back now. There's a link right there. For those of you who want to join in, who want to come on in here. Those of you who want to hang out in the comments, well, we got room for you right there. And we would definitely appreciate you guys addressing that like button if you like it. Only if you like it now. Just don't hit the like button if you hit the like button. I don't beg. We're not gratuitous. But we appreciate you guys coming in if you want to come in. And my panel is starting to formulate, starting to gel, starting to coalesce.
I'm going to try something, John, so give me a second.
And I see C-Dub is in the building. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Today has been a rough day, but I am here nonetheless.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Why would I do it if I can't? Okay.
We're also joined by El Jefe.
El Jefe, thank you for coming on to the show yesterday. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. No problem. It's always... Yeah, El Jefe made his beard review debut.
Yeah, I saw his post on Facebook from 2016. Wait a minute. The one that let me see. It was prior to the game or during the time of the game. I did see his post, and he was wearing accountant's glasses, things of that sort. You know, it was, I felt
that was at the 2016 season. The LA game. That's before they had the new stadium. That was when they played at the Coliseum.
Was that Oh, okay,
at the
okay.
LA Coliseum. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I think Beasley had a big game that game, I think. And my point was I was like, it's been downhill ever since 2016, man. That year probably the worst thing that ever happened to us because we went and had the most embarrassing Super Bowl situation, and then it's just been downhill ever since. It felt good that year, but
Yeah, 2016 was a fun year, but then the rest of it, the finish line. Oh.
yeah, it was all downhill, man.
And then 2017 would have been a great story, but man, you talking about the missed opportunities we had. Sorry, I've had a long day and I didn't even touch my computer, so I'm trying to log in. So apologies, I'm on my phone right now.
Well, thank goodness that they make technology where you can do it on your phone.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the show from my computer next week because I'm gonna have to get another one.
Oh man.
Gonna have to get another one.
Hey, but the good news is the Hawks are going to the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I just suffered through that game a second ago, and we welcome also to the stage Mr. Ron Thomas.
What's up?
How you doing, Ron?
Trying to make it.
All right. We got business we got to discuss, gentlemen.
Yes, we do.
Now, the Hawks are going to Vegas with a chance to win a cup. Ironically, we're going to Vegas to try to save our season. Falcons.
Yeah.
I think, let me see. The next game is Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday is the semi.
Yeah. I'm sitting here texting my cousin right now about it. They're trying to go since, that we play in Vegas next weekend. The Falcons.
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out if we could make both, but it looks like they got the early game slot, which would be 1:30 their time, and that's like literally like right when our flight ran.
Oh man. Okay.
It looked like people trying to go though. Every flight I've seen has been booked up.
Yep. As I've heard in We Talk Hawks in the other channel, matter of fact, I just left them giving my comments and stirring up mess. They are of the opinion and of the mindset that we hadn't won something in so long. This is as close as we've been to winning something, so we're gonna go. And I mean, I guess they're booking up everything they can, and they were waiting until the last possible minute in this game, or the earliest possible minute in this game, when they thought they had it sold up, to start booking flights, hotels, things of that sort, so that they can be out there just in case we can pull this off.
Well, here's something. They're actually traveling to Las Vegas tomorrow, so look, I mean, go for it.
Well, the only thing, in speaking of the game that I saw, they were real nervous in the beginning, real nervous, real tight, and that's when somebody like me would go get thrown out of the arena and go right down there on the floor. Hey, what you, boy?
John with his
you better get your thumb out of your damn ass and play basketball. I'm that kind of coach. I'm that kind of coach, and I'm that kind of fan. Because see, thing is now, look, when you made it to this point, this starting off slow, this butterflies and jitters and nervousness. Haven't you heard that same refrain before from another team that you follow? We started out slow. So I didn't want to hear it. Because that's what everybody was saying in halftime. Well, they're a little nervous. Look here, man. I don't care what it is. Get your ass in gear and let's go. Let's go. Go ahead, Ron.
I got a question. What more important, winning a championship or winning the tournament?
Same question, Ron, me and you on the same page. Because I asked that question in the Hawks group last week. Matter of fact, sometime last week you might have seen it because you be doing the submarine in the doggone chat.
Hold on. I gotta answer that question if I can.
Hey, C-Dub, Ron the doggone surface, fire missiles, and then just go right back down.
Yeah, I know. Ron likes to do the ninja. But look, all right, look. So Ninja Ron and John, let me just throw this at you. This roster has not had playoff success. And I'm talking Jalen. I'm talking Trey. I'm not talking about the year we had a good run and everything. I'm saying right now. So, and with Quinn. So if you're in a tournament setting and you're performing, just, you know what? You're in it. You haven't been eliminated. Go full throttle. If you win it, cool. If not, take it, as you're playing and you're being able to look at it as, well, what can we learn from it? And honestly, I got to tell you, I like the way this team is because D Hunter is coming off the bench. He's the one guy that actually looks comfortable coming off the bench. And then you have Bogey coming off the bench. I mean, I still say we need to make a trade for Clint, but right now, I really like how this team is flowing, especially with Dyson. He's one of my favorites. I like his defense. It's like his defensive pressure has rubbed off on these guys to actually play defense, and I'm down with it. This is what DJ Murray was supposed to be.
Right.
What I think.
Let me give a shout out to Keely. I got that question from Keely a while back. Keely said that in a house, I think a house group you were in a while back, Keely. And so I give you your props on that one.
Appreciate it. The thing I think I like about him, where C-Dub go?
I think he's switching over to his computer. He said he was on the phone. I think he's going to switch over his computer.
So let me give you your props on that one, Keely.
Ron, I hate to stop you, man. Goodness. Winston, that's red. Winston is going to be a little late if he comes in. He has some medical concerns going on, and he's taking care of that. So he will possibly be in. I told him to apprise us of the situation once he finds out everything.
Right.
All right, get well soon.
Get well soon, Winston. We praying for you, my guy. But yeah, I got that question from Keely a while back.
Wow,
he said that in
have a
Atlanta Hawks group chat a while back. So I've been watching you, Keely.
Man, take my good habits, not the bad ones, man.
Yeah. We seen the bad.
I wouldn't call him bad.
You
I would just say when it comes, Keely gets very passionate, as we say.
You my guy.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I'm just keeping my distance.
I think sometimes in it. So I think overall, people don't like to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say I disagree, sometimes people get offended.
Yeah.
Or so I think that's kind of where it comes in. And sometimes people argue with me, and it's no longer even about the subject matter no more. They just want to be correct.
They just want to argue about something.
Yeah, they just want to win the argument. So like sometimes I'll sit there and I'm like, are we still on topic? That happened yesterday. I was like,
yeah,
but are we still on topic? So it's like, okay, you got a point. So they just divert to the next thing. But anyway, I think the one thing I do love about this Hawks team,
Mhm.
and that's when I looked up and I noticed C-Dub was gone because I was looking at the last couple of games.
Mhm.
Right.
Young has only led this team in scoring like twice in like the last 15 games, man.
Yeah.
Like that's beautiful. Like the point guard is actually point guarding. Like
Right.
he's letting these young wing guys like
Do that
so
job.
like the leading scorer tonight was Hunter with
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Young led, of course, an assist, and he's
Right.
letting these guys like get it in, man. I love it.
Yeah. It's something nice to see. It's like you could tell he's trusting the system. And then, like I said, you get a guy like Daniels who's just sold out for defense. I mean, this guy he's one of those guys that you just want to have on your team. And I'm like, I'm just happy because I'm like, that's somebody we needed. But yeah, I think the tournament is not a bad idea, especially if it can get these guys to get closer and learn each
Right.
other well. You got to take everything you can at this point. And that's what I'm saying. And then it might, I don't know if it will pay off to a playoff run, but you never know because this is the second time, right? Yeah, because the
I
Lakers
think
won
so,
the first
yeah.
one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Let's see how it goes. It might be, if it turns out good, man, let's ride it.
Gentlemen, unfortunately, I have a different take on this thing. And no, C-Dub, don't drop your head. This is just me. This is just me. I'm contrary. I'm contrary, and I'm welcoming in Red, even though Red is black.
I'm just driving, John.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, he's driving in the red mobile. So
That's right, C-Dub. I'm in the Batmobile. I got to get in on this Hawks talk, man. What? These Hawks, I'm telling you, they're a resilient bunch of mofos, man. Heading to Vegas. Man, I'm so proud of these Hawks.
All right, John, go ahead and pee in our Cheerios.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best Klingon. I'm old school, and old school to a fault. And the question that was asked by Ron that Keely asked, which is more important? The NBA Finals is more important.
Well, yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
What you have here is a soccer construct.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have here, and it is a way, I guess, to generate interest. And I know the gentleman that I just put up here, RJ. He we had this discussion once before, and welcome, RJ.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on?
What's up, RJ?
What is going on with you?
See, me, the championship is the most important thing, because these in-season tournaments. See, because I'm so used to the regular season being an 82 game qualifier for the playoffs.
Right.
Then we get into playoffs. That's a qualifier for the finals.
Right.
And after you win that trophy, telling and saying that you are the very best in the world for that particular year, you don't play no more basketball. You get the rest. We did something coming into this game by resting a couple of players. And the rumor was, and I really had a problem with the rumor because they were trying to say, and I don't know how true it is because nobody backed it up or whatever, but they were trying to say that they were resting these players for the previous game because a cup game, this game tonight, was coming up. And I almost lost it.
Oh, you were listening to my
because the fact was we got fined $100,000 for Trey Young not playing, and they still haven't explained to us why. Because you've been, these people have been doing this load management and all this other stuff
Right.
all year long, and all last year ever since Popovich started doing it. And I didn't want, number one, to have to pay another fine for people who were available. It was Jalen Johnson and somebody else that was, wasn't going to play
Bogey.
or didn't play.
It was bogey.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense for you to pay another $100,000 fine and keep people out of games, because the amount of games that you win places you in playoff seeding, and they've already started tracking playoff seeding, and a quarter of the season hasn't gone by yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was the thing that concerned me about it. Hanging that banner up in State Farm Arena will be something to do if we win it. But if we don't, I don't want that to damper what this team has accomplished, because I have to admit that I am very impressed versus what I thought this team was going to do this year. Okay, because I had doom, gloom, curses, bad thoughts, ye who enter here, abandon all hope type of vibes about the team because of the way that the team was constructed. But they have shown themselves, they have shown themselves to be, if not resilient, focused.
Right.
And I can definitely appreciate that. And with that, RJ, what you got to say?
Hey man, and John, one thing you left out, man, and you've been beating this drum. You and me have been beating this drum. It's not a small team anymore. It's not a small team. It's a much bigger team than what years past has shown. And we're not just talking about height wise. There's a girth out there. Pause for everybody listening. That there's you know what I'm saying. So
you got to pause everything now.
Yeah, we got to pause everything. Y'all know how people be. But truth of the matter is, man, it's a much bigger team than what we thought it was going to be. Like Dyson Daniels playing that 2 guard, man. That's a beautiful thing right there, because most guards nowadays are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". This dude is 6'7" and can play defense. You're not scoring on him at 6'3", 6'2". It's damn near impossible. It's just damn near impossible to do it. You're just too small. And I think, as far as the cup goes for me, who knows, man? I kind of agree with what Larry was saying last week. Does the cup really matter in the grand scheme of things? No. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. However, could it catapult the team to be better? Yeah.
Yep.
It could do that. Sometimes it's that one game, it's that one play. I go back to 2016 when the Falcons lost that game to the Kansas City Chiefs with the Eric Berry he picked off the 2-point conversion. It catapulted the team to the Super Bowl. So could the cup do that for the Hawks? I'm not saying championship, but who knows what can happen when you get into the playoffs, man. Teams get injured. And it looks like the Hawks are getting healthy at the right time. And I think that's something that has to be looked at. They're definitely getting healthy. And I'm gonna say this, man, the Hawks got the best bench, one of the best benches in the league right now. If you look at our bench, when you talk about DeAndre Hunter, Bogey, then you talk about guys like Kobe Buffkin coming off the bench, those guys, man, I'm telling you, it's the Hawks got one of the best benches in the league, and that's going to be tough to beat them anyway, just based off bench play.
RJ, they were saying that the Hawks have the best 6, 7, and 8 guy in the league.
I agree.
If you look at Bogey, Hunter, and who I'm missing? Bogey, Hunter, and somebody else.
Onyeka, because Onyeka
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Uh,
Double O, Hunter, and Bogey. They say they the big 6, 7, 8 guys in the league.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. I think all three of them are going to be fighting for the sixth man. All three of them. It's going to be a dog fight to be the sixth man.
Do
I think Hunter got this wrapped up already.
do
Yeah.
Yeah,
y'all
Oh,
Hunter
not
and
think
yet.
Hannah are
No,
definitely
you
a
gotta,
6 man.
you gotta. This is like we're in the beginning stages of the year. We got to give it a little bit more time. But Hunter's doing good. I think Hunter
Yeah.
is becoming that guy there.
do
I
y'all
think
think
they need to make the tournament. I mean, it's a money grab because the product has been suffering. Like viewership has been dwindling the last couple of years.
uh,
The game is just basically threes and layups. So the
well,
product has been doing like the entertainment, the product has been souring over the years. So this is basically a money grab. However, they probably should try to tie something to it. I know MLB tried to tie like the All-Star game to
uh,
well, the winner gets, you know, home field advantage and stuff like that. They probably should do something crazy like make the winner automatic qualifier for the playoffs or something. To make it at least something worth it, because other than that, it's
I think I think that 500K worth it to some of these players.
yeah, I get it, but I mean, seeing the introductory, how like the Lakers won it, and then what they were down the stretch for the rest of the NBA season,
right.
Oh,
like it's
don't
like
remind me, Keelan.
yeah. So
No.
I think seeing how the Lakers performed in the second half, it really kind of devalued the tournament because it was like to what RJ saying, maybe they'll get a bump, maybe it would, and that's plausible. However, in the first experience of it, we saw a team pretty much like flounder and falter in the second half.
just fritter it away. Just
Yeah,
fritter it
so
away.
even though it
But
could
hey,
be
but
possible, our
Hey,
experience is
hey,
that it's
fellas,
meant
I
nothing.
gotta get back to work, but I want to leave y'all with this, man. Shout out to Trey Young for disrespecting the Knicks, man. I love the gambling on the Knicks flow, man. That was dope, man. What did y'all think about that, man?
Love it.
I
oh
love it.
I
hey,
love Trey.
He-
I love Trey as a villain for the Knicks.
Yes,
give
sir.
him
somebody
something else to hate him for.
Yeah.
somebody told me he is Reggie Miller when it comes to the Knicks today. Look, that's
Hey,
what I
he could.
heard.
Hey, cause every time he goes up there, I
Right.
mean, they always saying "fuck Trey Young,"
Right.
because of what he did to him in the playoffs. But
Right.
something else now. Let me ask you a question. Didn't they tie the the winner of the All-Star game for something in the postseason, home field in the postseason? Was it Major League Baseball or
That was
NBA?
Major
Yeah,
League Baseball.
mhm.
Yeah, that was baseball.
And
Okay,
if they should, I think if they want to make the tournament actually tangible or worth something, they should probably look at something like that.
for whatever conference wins it. Okay, not
Yeah.
specifically the team, because the team may not make it.
Mhm.
But it's so early. It's so early. I can't see you
Yeah,
promising a playoff spot to like the team that win it when you still got like 3 or 4 months left in the season.
But
So
I
yeah,
mean, where else? I get it. It's just the Ferguson. Where else can you play? Because you're not going to do it in between the All-Star game and the playoffs. Like you're not going to have a tournament back to back. So that's the only place they can have it. And then
Right.
they have to. I mean, basically, the NBA put it there to compete with the NFL on going into the holiday season because this is pretty much where the NFL dominates all the coverage
Right.
in December.
Let
yeah,
me ask
especially.
y'all, do y'all think that we won that trade?
Oh,
yeah,
DJ and yeah.
because they didn't expect Dyson Dane. They actually sent Murray and didn't think they were gonna get anything back, but like trade
Not
picks or
yet.
something.
You
Not
don't
yet.
think?
You
For
don't
me,
think?
Hold on.
not yet.
I'm
How,
actually going to say yes because Murray hasn't made any impact, and not just that, he had that injury with the broke hand. So
Mhm.
I say right now that Dyson's leading. Remember that Nance came with the trade, and I know
Right.
Zeller did too, and we have the draft picks. But
Yeah,
right now, I think it's a good trade, but we'll see. It's still in that, because
Early.
it's December. you know, we haven't even crossed the new year yet.
Man,
So-
Dyson looks like a
Oh.
steal.
God,
to
yes,
me,
Y'all
he
know
looked
we got him. Y'all know we got him by accident. I doubt Landry Fields was like, you gotta add Dyson Daniels in the trade.
Actually, I think he was the guy they wanted. It's just
What?
Yeah, they did. They wanted him.
He's a
and
top 10
drafted him.
pick.
Yeah.
He's a top 10 pick.
so
What was it in New Orleans?
He's a number 8 overall.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hold on. He was a guy that they didn't really have a place because they had all these other guys, and they were kind of throwing him under the bus. But it's like he never had a role. He came here and he got a role.
Got one now.
Yeah.
Oh boy, does he got one now?
This my whole thing. I think, like my co-host always say, I think the Hornets is a sucker. Can we admit that? For trading they best, in my opinion, player, two-way player. In my opinion.
Wait, you say the Hornets or the Pelicans?
I mean the Pelicans.
Yeah, I was lost. Yeah, you good.
Have you ate something?
So I think that best two-way player.
All right,
in my opinion.
Yeah, but see,
I'm hearing.
I think that's Red. I think that's Red. He's talking to somebody. So.
Red.
Hey, Red.
I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize.
It's all good,
man. I thought Hee Haw was on again.
Now, John, I used to watch that show when I ain't had cable now.
Hey, Red. You don't really have to tell nobody about it.
Yeah. Well, hold on. It wasn't like some people have seen it.
Yeah, because I'm still ashamed that Channel 2 was playing Lawrence Welker.
Oh my God.
But Millie Mill. See, this is good old fashioned Eastern Conference hate right here from Millie Mills. Okay, hey, we'll see what everybody got as the year goes along. Because there's some teams we hadn't played yet. So yeah, hey, we'll see.
Look, you got to be happy with how they've responded after having a lot of their guys hurt and they've came back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like. Like Keely said, their fight is nice to see.
Well, one thing, Christy Lewis, is that I wonder that. That's right. Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk.
Yeah.
7:00 Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a real dead zone after the news until the national programming came on. NBC.
Oh God, you ain't lying.
Thank you, NBC. See, these young folk just don't know what we went through.
What?
Wait a minute, John. You had Channel 69. Did you have Gorgeous Lady Wrestling on at that time?
Oh no, that was 17.
No, he's right. Channel 69, UPN back in the day. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I was the guy watching it.
No, you didn't know what they were gonna have on because see now, because we were watching.
You wanted to look at Big Bad Mama in her latest fight.
America, it was bad around here. It was bad.
Man said, ladies are wrestling.
Wrestling. I know. God.
Hey, don't hate now. That show you
right. That's right. 17 was TBS. It was WTCG.
Yeah.
It was WTCG. You used to come on at 12 noon and go off at 12 a.m. with that flag that Ron got right there. Playing
now
the
look,
national
Keely, I didn't have cable when I was until 91, Keely, so I had to watch it.
I didn't have cable until I came back from college, so that's like 2007, 2008.
I ain't had cable until I came back from Las Vegas, and that was 95.
I had cable, but it wasn't nothing to brag on.
Yeah. I had the cable boxes that had the numbers that you just put the numbers and everything. And
Oh,
Oh,
shoot. I had the ones
you was
with
stealing
the
cable, C
same
Dub.
knob that you had on the TV. And if you wanted the Playboy channel, you could put that mug in
Channel 4.
between the number
Channel 4.
and see negatives of things.
Yes.
Boy, hey,
Oh,
you know,
you talking about all the little lines in between the screen and shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what? Ayapacia Lee was one incredible actress, what I could tell.
We did not have no cable.
Say what, C Dub? I missed it. What? Say that again, C Dub.
Miss Ayapacia Lee, she was a very impressive actress, as I like to say.
Thank God for Ted Turner because I saw every Hawks game and every Braves game.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to him.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Falcons, guys. We've talked about the Hawks enough.
the Superstation,
Oh,
man.
God.
Really, it was the same. Well, Ted Turner did the same thing that WGN did for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
he really, because man, I mean, we were seeing games we didn't have no business seeing, and that doggone Omni, man, I missed that.
I got to see a lot of Mookie Blaylock and Steve Smith.
Yeah, I got to.
That was a channel 17.
Yeah. Well,
not only that, it was good. It was good for movies too. They ran late Saturday night. They used to play a lot of movies and really didn't edit them that much. I mean, they were cussing and everything.
8:05, baby. It would start.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right, because it would never start right on there. Like
it would drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. Channel 17 did that on purpose. WTBS did that on purpose because he said, sometimes, a lot of times people will start on this station but want to check out something on another station, so they would start it 5 minutes late, so that those people who would check out WTBS would see the beginning of whatever it was that they were showing. Oh yeah, man, that doggone Ted Turner was something else, man.
John, so did he affect sports in that way? Because I would see games starting at 7:35.
Yeah.
He's all of his programming was like that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So he was affecting the start of like Braves games and stuff because when everybody else would start at 7:30, he would start at 7:35.
Yep.
Okay. Hey man, we needed those extra 5 minutes.
If it was a home game, if I'm not mistaken, only because the other, say for instance, you were playing in Chicago or whatever, and they were playing the game and showing it on WGN, or whether it was a nationally televised game, you have to stick to the hour or the half hour.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked. That's why I was asking.
But Ted, oh man, and man, that's somebody else who loved his team. They used to get at him or whatever, but when he got so desperate that he coached the Braves himself, and Bowie Kuhn suspended him for being the manager of the Braves because he wanted to win so bad. Man, Captain Outrageous was something else, man. I tell you. Well, speaking of outrageous,
I'll be taking the salad. Afraid of what I'm gonna say.
Let's get in this, guys. Come on.
Sunday was I mean Sunday, man. That was indescribably
pure trash.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad though.
It wasn't pure trash.
Part. It really wasn't. When you look over the game, you're watching it, you're going, okay, they're running the football. They're kind of dictating pace. They use Algier and Bijan in the backfield together. And it's like, there were some good things they were doing. It just guys, we need to admit one thing. Kirk Cousins is the poster boy of TBS. Tight booty syndrome. I don't know what it is, but when pressure shows up or pressure in his head or whatever it is, he gets tight. And not only that, the one thing that also hurts, the boy doesn't move. I mean, you saw Sam Donald when he did the boots, when they were doing Pele action. his whole body sold it. Kurt will just turn, or he tosses the ball. It's like there's no showing of play action movement. And it's like, I don't know if he trusts his back, if he trusts his legs, whatever. But he's tight. And then you watch him, it's like he ran for 11 yards, but they called it back. My thing was, it's like I went, okay, he could do that. But he's just, that pocket, he's just so stiff, and I don't get it. And it's like, this is what I was afraid of with this whole Achilles, because you don't know what it is.
To address on Red,
Mm-hmm.
when I didn't think it was that bad. So to me, and I think this somewhat validated my opinion, when Toddy posted the PFF grades, almost the entire offense was like seeing up, like CBA, like almost everyone on offense did good. Except for the only failing grade that I saw on offense was Pitts. Kirk had a 76.6. And I don't think Kirk had a bad game. Now, hear me out. I think he made that first interception was a bad decision. However, there's context to it because Brian Flores made a good call. I mean, we were in max protect. There's only but 2 receivers out on the route. I mean, Pitts came back and blocked. Warner was on the other side blocking. Bijan picked up a blitzer, and everyone bailed. And for some reason, Kirk had it in his head that he could fit that pass to Drake, even though it was sandwiched. And the thing that's weird about it wasn't a rush decision, because you see him like double clutch.
He double
clutch. Yeah, he double clutch. So he thought, but there was no one else to throw to. There's only but 2 receivers out. And Mooney, I wish Mooney went on the same side. He did motion.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Mooney would have stayed on this side. Maybe you would have had a hot route, someone who can come in on a slant or a drag across. If the pre-snap read was pressure. But other than that, Kirk had a good game. I mean, once we got down 2 scores with 8 minutes left, I was like, all right, this is where it's going to go off the rails at this point, because now he has to throw the ball to get back, try to get those 2 touchdowns in a short game. And I knew that's what was going to happen. Yeah. So,
and see something else. See, that fumble on the kickoff return is really what killed us.
Yeah.
That fumble on the kickoff return is.
Hold on, John. Don't leave out the other one where we held them to a field goal and special teams got a holding penalty and they came back on the field and then they got a touchdown.
Yeah, no. I know what John's saying.
Wait.
Because remember,
wait a minute.
I said, don't forget
that was something that I wanted to ask about, because when we went to commercial, the field goal was kicked. We went to commercial. Okay. When we came back from commercial, they said that they had called a penalty.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, they kicked the field goal. Everybody milling around, the announcers talking or whatever. Yeah. All right, we'll be back. Okay, no penalty flag. Didn't see anything. Nothing. When you get back, we find out that a penalty was called. No replay from CBS Sports, whoever the hell it was that carried the game. No replay, so I could see what it was that we did, because usually they Johnny on the spot. Okay, so I'm wondering. I said, what happened? What happened? And yes, Keely, to your point, that changed the outcome of the game too. That definitely changed the outcome of the game. And my problem was that these jokers were calling all kind of crazy stuff on a Sunday. All kind of crazy stuff. And I'm sitting up here trying to look and trying to see, okay, the replay. What did we do? what did we do wrong?
Mhm.
You know, and it was just like I had no idea. Okay, well, they called the penalty, we gonna move on, we just gonna act like the penalty. You know, we gonna suck it up, we gonna keep moving, we gonna beat the referees again.
Right.
All right. But that interception, the reason why I hated that interception is for the reason that you stated, Keaton. You sitting up here staring over there.
You talking
And
about
then
the first
pump
one?
faking. Huh? What was that?
Yeah, he's talking about the pump fake. Or no. Yeah,
The double
that was
clutch.
the first
The
one.
second one.
That was the first. No. The first one was the pump fake. The
I'm
second
saying,
one.
John, you talking about the first interception or the
Yeah.
one in the fourth
First
quarter?
one.
Yeah,
First one.
John's fault. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
the
First
one was
Cause when he came out from under the center, when he got the ball, first thing he did, he turned and looked over there. Okay. Now,
Well, that was the only place he could look. Both of the receivers in the same spot.
True. But my problem with that is if your receivers are covered. No, well, you know what? I got two problems with that. Number one, why in the world do you design a play with two receivers on one side and you only running two receivers out there? Mr. Offensive Coordinator. Doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if they motioned to try to see what the defense was doing pre-snap. I don't understand that, John. I don't understand why they motioned Mooney over to the same side. I wonder if they were trying to figure out, you know how you motion the guy to see if they're man.
Yeah, you do that. You do that to see whether they're in man or zone. That's what I've been hearing a lot.
But
and the thing is, go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, it go back to what we been saying on our show, play calling stuff. Zach Robinson got to do better with all the weapons he had.
But that was probably his one, and that was my least frustrating game with him, though.
Yeah,
I would say that he made
yesterday definitely.
I mean, yeah, like that was one of his best games that he called. Yeah, that was one of his best games he called. But it was just still some dumb calls, but that was one of his best ones he did.
Dumb calls, and you'd be like, "Why the fuck you do that?"
But Ron, I gotta go here. I think the play call that he called for Kurt, or the play call that he called, was not bad. But yet you got Kurt, like John saying, stared at.
Right.
London had four guys around him.
Right.
And he pump faked, and I'm going, okay, so I guess it's a hitch play. You know, John knows. You do the hit, you fake it, you're supposed to suck up some guys over, and then pause. And then, you know, they streak more like 10 more yards, and you could go over the top. But none of the guys bit, and I don't even think the receiver bit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I go back to creativity.
But I don't think that was on Zach. I think that's on Kurt because of.
I think where Zach's fault is, why is Mooney and Drake in the same spot? Right, because they're in max protect, so everyone is staying back. That means you only got two receivers that's going out that can catch a pass. It's only two of them, and both of them are on the same side of the field. No one is a hot route. So if you're expecting pressure, there should be a safety valve, like Bijan's leak out, or someone should come across for like a short pass because you're expecting pressure. But nobody is there. So to me, that's where the issue is with the play in itself. If the ball should have been thrown away. For some reason, Kurt thought he could fit it in there, even though Drake was sandwiched, like he had somebody in front of him and behind him. He thought he could fit it in there.
Right there.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing about this, you know what the beautiful thing about the interception?
What?
It didn't cost us anything because the very next drive that Minnesota had, they ended up punting.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not so angry at it, because of the fact that when I went back and looked at it, look, quarterbacks are going to throw interceptions like that. I don't expect 4. I went through 14 years of Matt Ryan. I can expect 1 or 2 in a game.
Yes.
So one or 2 doesn't bother me, especially just 1. But knowing that the second one was gonna happen because we're down to the whole world knows we have to throw to get back in the game. So the whole stadium knew we had to throw. So I'm not mad at that. But the reason I get like everyone is mad at Kirk. So if he throws any interception for the rest of the year, even though it's normal for quarterbacks to have a interception one every other game or whatever the case may be, every other interception, people are going to be pissed because of the fact that now it's a thing. Even if he plays back to normal, like there's plenty of games this year where he had an interception in. Nobody cared at the beginning of the year. But every single mistake now is going to be magnified because everybody's mad at him. I wasn't mad at it because of the simple fact that it didn't cost us anything because the very next drive they punted and we got the ball. But
I thought when we got Kirk Cousins, and this is just my opinion, Kyle Pitts would use Kyle Pitts more as a tight end like he used Minnesota tight end. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought he would do.
I don't think that's a Kirk problem, though. I think that's a Pitts. Now, I will say this. I do think Pitts is getting better at blocking, but when Larry was on C-Dub show yesterday, he brought that up. Whereas he was like, if he can't block, then when he's on the field, it kind of tips your hand as to what you can expect from him because he's not going to be blocking. Now, in the Minnesota game, in that mass protect, you did see him pass block. And he is getting better, but you know that they don't use him as a traditional tight end because he's a liability in that aspect. Now, with that being said, until defenses believe he can block, he's just a four-string receiver. And he's not a better receiver than Drake. He's not a better receiver than Mooney. He's not a better receiver than Ray. So he's basically the four-string. Because if you were Kirk, who would you rather throw the ball to, Drake or Pitts?
But you gotta do what the defense giving you. Like John pointed this out a long time ago. Tom Brady used to just go 5 yards, all the way down the field. Now, Kirk Cousins been around too long. Why he cannot just do just enough what the defense giving him?
Well, so I look at it like this: like if you're a guy, all right, if Randy Moss, prime Randy Moss is my number one, right?
Of course,
I could have Harry Douglas, Roddy White. Those could be my second and third options. However, on every single play, I'm definitely gonna check on Randy Moss first.
That was you supposed to do. You look long first and then look short.
What I'm saying is that Randy is going to give me an opportunity to go ahead and score quickly. So even though Harry Douglas might be open over this side, I'm definitely going to look at Randy Moss first before I turn my attention to Harry Douglas and whoever's left. And I think because he knows that Drake turned the interception into a completion.
Yeah, that was Sunday. Man, that was tough.
And that's why he keeps throwing.
I was getting ready to. I was definitely going to address that.
And that is why he keeps throwing to Drake because he feels confident that if I make a mistake, Drake will erase that mistake. But he doesn't feel that way about Pitts because he's seen Pitts on tape pull his hands back because he's about to get hit. That's not Drake. Drake goes over the middle and he goes get it.
Right, you made a good point right there. To me, it like they're not on the same page. Can we agree to that? Him and Kyle Pitts not on the same page. Like
they're not. But I think the reason they're not on the same page is because he think Drake and Mooney are just better options.
And and I also want, and it's funny when it comes to the type. I mean, my thing is this. I get why you're not throwing to Pitts. There's no question there. But the question I have more is we need to start getting Bijan maybe in the flat or flexing him out, making him, go in motion. making him be more of a focal where he could catch the ball, have Algiers out there ready to run it. And it's almost that's what I'm saying. It's like there's options on this team. And I get what Ron's saying about pitch, and it's almost like this. What you want to do is it's what Larry said on our show. You don't want to be predictable. So like when you're playing the 2-11 Raiders and the Giants, they're not going to go, okay, pitch is on the field, guys. They're not throwing it to him. Don't worry about Pennant or Bijan, because they're throwing. And that's what you don't want. And that's why I'm like, as a coordinator, you have to help your quarterback. Look, let's be honest. Kurt's struggling.
Yes.
4 games, no touchdowns. And to me, I think that is a struggle because now it's in his head.
Right.
So you kind of want to get the guys scoring, feeling good, but then leak Bijan out. Give him some easy, 1-2, receptions here and there and be able to get the ball moving. And I thought, I'm not going to say Zach was brilliant because he wasn't. But I do think the offense was not so bad because we were playing with Minnesota. We were keeping it tight. Remember, we did the 2 field goals, and then we had to come back and score a touchdown and get the 2-point
penalties
conversion.
hurt us. Penalties stopped a couple.
That is driving me nuts. I know John's saying, but no, for me, the penalties, because it's like this. When you get screwed over and get a penalty, I get it. There's nothing you can do. But there are guys on this team that are veterans, and they're getting penalties. And you're just going, what are we doing? It's maddening. What's up, Coach?
And I'd like to welcome Coach to the dais. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, man? What's up? I'm super late because I had to finish writing the paper and shit.
Did you write that paper on how y'all are owned by Georgia?
Oh, see that?
There's no need to write that.
Hold on, the adoption paper just say
that's not a paper. That's an essay.
Man,
see,
I
was trying to avoid.
I will give you
early.
See what is crazy is
Coach.
Y'all won, yes, but stop acting like you dominated or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You won.
Wait a minute.
You won, but congratulations.
Hold on, Coach. When half a team beat you, now, what is that?
What do you mean? You
I'm
barely
just asking
won,
the
bro.
question. When half of a team beat you,
again, had my kicker done the one thing that he is supposed to do, this wouldn't even be a thought.
Now, Coach.
You already told us what somebody on your team was supposed to do.
Well, we can't.
I'm talking about on my team. Yes. What do you mean?
Y'all almost killed Lil Gun.
Remind me of you the one that said y'all were going to beat us for the second time. Did you or did you not say that, Coach?
Or no. That Texas was going to get their revenge against us at the SC championship. That's what he said.
He brought the score down though. He brought the score down. He went to 30.
All these us's I'm hearing all of a sudden. Anyway, so back to Keely and Red, the 2 people I know who have been talking about Georgia. Y'all barely beat us, bro. Had our kicker made them 2 kicks, it'd be a different story. But you won, so congratulations. I don't know what you want me to say.
I was wrong. I got to admit that I was wrong because what did I say? 64-7.
Everybody was wrong.
I did not have that.
Everybody was wrong.
I was off by a point, John. I gave them 18. They scored 19.
I was just I don't know how we're going to stay in this game, especially when the quarterback got out. I was like,
you know what? And I will tell y'all,
that right there is
done.
Showing the committee got to change because regardless on whether it went to 12 teams in the league, 12 teams in the playoffs, you kept a team out for the exact same reason last year. So there's no reason that it shouldn't have been done this game. And I understand everybody that claim they Georgia fans going, not agree with that. But the fact is, if you did it once, you got to stick to that script, and that's
Well, okay,
crazy.
all right. Well, let me ask you about that, Coach. Okay, Georgia was in for winning the week before, then won the conference championship. Was that a similar
Right.
situation to what happened the previous year?
Yes. Matter of fact, last year they were completely undefeated. The reason that the committee gave that they didn't make it to the Final Four, what you want to call it, was because they lost their starting quarterback, and their wins after he was out wasn't as impressive.
Yeah. Well, because they also lost their backup quarterback too the next game, so they were on their third string. Now the other thing,
But they still won. So
no. I know. I'm just saying though, that's what happened though. Their backup got hurt just as bad as the starter did. So they were not. It wasn't like a story was coming back. Now the other thing that didn't get brought up is Georgia did have the number one toughest schedule, and not just that, it was their backup that's still alive. I don't after that hit, which is crazy after I saw it, because like I said, I was working a wrestling show, so I was not able to watch. So, but until later on, but I just was saying in that game, I didn't see the committee penalizing Georgia because Beck got hurt, because everyone's still on the team, and not just that, but they've already delivered with their full schedule, and not just that, they didn't lose their backup at the same time. So,
but that wasn't the excuse they gave. The excuse they gave had nothing to do with a backup. The excuse they gave was they lost their starting quarterback, and their remaining wins were not impressive to their standards, I guess. They just said that their remaining wins were not impressive. So you keep a team that has 0 losses. This is what I was saying last week. You keep a team that has 0 losses out of the playoffs, but you allow a team with 2 losses with the same situation to get in.
How many playoff slots were there last year?
Yeah, I understand that. I understand it's now 12. I trust me. I hear what you're saying, but my reply to that is that shouldn't matter. If it was like that last year, it should be the same thing this year, regardless on if it was 32. You see what I'm saying? Like that should not affect who gets in and who don't get in. If you made that statement last year, because Florida is up in arms, like they truly got an answer for that.
I truly believe if there was a 12-team playoff last year, then Florida State would have been in.
And they should have been in there.
But the point is they should have been in last year.
I don't know.
That's the point.
But what's funny, what's the great part is on this is this, folks. We got to thank Texas, because those big wins against Texas kept us in then. So thank you for letting us be your daddy, and thank you for letting us be number 2 while you number 5. So thank you. It's awesome. Can't wait.
Well, it's just 3 letters. Just 3 letters that tell you everything you need to know. SEC.
Well, actually, John, it's KFC.
Why is it KFC?
You crazy, bro.
It's the Kirby Football Company.
Right now, yeah, it is. Cause see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, Coach. It's just like Parliament Funkadelic. So wide, you can't get over it. So low, you can't get under it. I mean, the SEC is ruling the roost. And like I posted for all of the Texas fans, welcome to the SEC. Because I tell you, we eat our own. The SEC eats their own. I mean, any given Saturday, You'll have a Vanderbilt. You might have a Tennessee. You might have a doggone Mississippi State or Ole Miss just sneak up behind you with a pipe. And
John,
bam!
we giving coach a reality check. He ain't gonna never forget.
Yeah, they got
Well,
we ain't giving
Clemson and
me shit,
Arizona.
bro.
They got Clemson and Arizona State, man. They
That's gonna
about to
be
walk.
yeah.
Tonio!
Oh, whoa.
What's good?
What's up, Tonio?
What's going on, Tonio?
What's good?
Tonio did post that Jalen Walker, he won the Buckets Award tonight.
Yeet. Good job,
Yeah.
Jalen.
You know,
And hold on. And get ready, folks. The Falcons will not draft him because we'll probably
that's what I'm about to say. It's somebody else that the rest. See, that's another thing. That's another thing I keep telling y'all about this SEC. The pros come here to shop. The pros come here to shop. Now, you know, I don't know what the hell wrong with us. I don't know what the hell wrong with us. You know, you got a doggone Walmart, Target, and some good stores just a block away. But we will go all the way to Alaska to shop at Big Lots.
Mm-hmm. And get some down Montana toy.
Yeah, you know. But hey,
it's sad because we don't even draft our own. And they in our backyard. That would buzz the fuck out of me, John. For the past 5 years, we've been having some good defensive linemen, corners, safeties, running backs, but we don't draft them. We let Philly, we let New England, we let the Patriots, we let the Lions, all these teams draft our own.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make no damn sense.
Now, a lot of times, and I got to be fair about it. Our record is so good that we can't get them. Okay, sometimes, but when they're available and we have a record which would allow us to do something in the late first, second round, something of that nature. You know, we draft something that we don't need. Okay, we draft something that we don't need, and then on top of that, you have a lot of untapped, unscouted people in the secondary conferences too that we don't even go look at.
Right.
You know, right around here, there's an area right between Valdosta and Ocala, all the way across from Jacksonville, all the way to Louisiana. There's a little swath right there.
Mm-hmm.
Where all kinds of good football players are in the MEAC and in the SWAC. Hell, there's some second stringers that other teams will go and get. You might not even hear about until they are sacking your quarterback on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, catching a pass over your cornerback on Sunday.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Trying out my new laptop, Jim. I ain't trying to brag.
Well, hey, I'm going to give me another one too, Red, because that standard brick background is looking good.
I just looked up and saw it.
Because hey, I've used that too on the Hawks. I've used that on the Hawks channel. Yeah,
John,
see what the Hawks building
with this brick background.
It look like you got Windows 95. That's what it look like.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta ask John this. Where is your bag that you brought on the birdcage? Because that was the funniest thing I ever saw.
I still got it here.
Bag with the face. He was wearing that.
I still got it. I still got it. Because, man, I was mad as hell.
I ain't no technological whiz, man. So whatever background they start me off with, that's what I'm going to use for them.
Oh, hey, I saw you. Wait a minute. I saw you scroll through about 3. Like nobody in Pete. that standard living room with the piano and everything in the back. I saw that.
Yeah. And my co-host my co-host be using that one, and I think I saw Keely use that one before. So I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna use that one."
I mean, you just use those beauties that you put out there.
I feel like you can go just Google your own. Like I found this one somewhere.
Yeah, and then I
just Googled backgrounds.
Yeah.
Because this one that's behind your pictures here, I just pulled that off of the web and just stuck it on StreamYard.
Yeah.
I might change it or whatever. But back to the Falcons.
Yes.
With that loss. Before I go to that, Keely, I know C-Dub did, but Keely, did you get a chance to look at that game film?
From your channel? I mean, that you did?
No. That me,
from
coach.
From ATL Bird.
Yeah,
game.
from the Bird game.
No, yeah, I didn't look at it.
Yeah,
I mean, I felt like I saw everything I needed to see live. There was it. I think the PFL scores pretty much kind of coincided. I think the offense had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the PFL scores pretty much showed. And people poo-poo Kirk, but he had a pretty decent PFL score. I didn't think Kirk had a bad game, and yeah, I didn't think there was anything to say. I saw the first interception.
No, not this one, not this one.
You're saying the previous
week, the previous
that
week.
one I watched.
Oh no,
that
flush that. I was had to flush that one. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. That 4 interception game. I mean, I put it like this. Even at that, I think we kind of a little too tough on Kirk.
That's why I needed you to watch that particular film, because what people are saying about people being open in that film against whoever that was we played. I forgot.
Chargers.
The Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers. There were people open, and I mean, it was just no excuse for him being that doggone blind. It was just like that mule toting the ice wagon where you got the doggone blinders on, so where he can't see nothing but what's in front of him. I mean, it was pitiful. It was pitiful.
I mean,
now,
I feel like
to your point, this week, the interceptions, they hurt us, but they didn't hurt us as bad as the self-inflicted wounds that we leveled upon ourselves. Because we just like I always tell you, the toughest team on the Atlanta Falcons schedule is the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
We just beat ourselves to a pulp.
I'll just say this regarding the Chargers game thing and not seeing people. I mean, he's been in the league 12 years. Like, he has the ability to scan the field. I mean, he's made 4 Pro Bowls. I don't think it's like all of a sudden he went blind. I just think there's more at play here. Like I don't think it's a situation where like how a rookie quarterback hasn't learned to get through their progressions.
Well, something else too now. After that interception that he threw to those 2 wide receivers on the same side, whoever that was with the Surface tablet by him, that might have been TJ Yates, was digging in his rear end.
Oh,
yeah, he definitely made some bad decisions. But
it got to the point TJ Yates got tired of damn digging in his butt. He just gave up.
I'll just say this. I mean, I look at that one like we've lost games for different reasons. This is my opinion. I look at that one as an anomaly. He hasn't had another 4 interception game. He hasn't had a 3 interception game. I look at that as a one-off, an anomaly. Sometimes you got to flush the tape and just like, all right, we putting this behind us. Like that Chargers game, Kirk just decided to go. Kirk has done this before, where he has this game that's unexplainable. Like this has happened throughout his whole career, where it's like, what just happened? Like Kirk didn't get, his wife held out on him. Like what happened? Like he has one of them days where it's just unexplainable. That's the way I look at it. Prior to that, like I said, we've lost for different reasons. Like there's like the New Orleans game, Kirk was moving the ball up and down the field. Those drives would get stalled out by penalties.
Yeah.
So
and we didn't we have about 500 yards of total offense this past Sunday?
He had 344 himself at passing. So he didn't have a bad day. And in terms of he didn't throw a touchdown. I mean, when you're on the 2-yard line and you decide to run the ball instead of throw it, like that's not
No, that's not on him. No,
that's what I'm saying. So in terms of not having a touchdown, like they could have thrown it or he could have ran it.
I thought they were going to go for it on fourth down.
I've been saying that same thing, Keely. Like, in all the shows, everybody like, how you defending Kurt? It ain't I'm defending him, but he ain't necessarily the problem. Like, we wouldn't be where we are, but if Kurt didn't. There are games we definitely would have lost had we not had a veteran quarterback like Kurt in the backfield. So I'm with you on that. Like, it's way more issues than Kurt. That's what I'm saying. Like, people who think that Penix is going to save the day, you're delusional, because there's more issues on this team than just the quarterback.
So everybody know where I stand.
We had more penalty yards this game than any team in the league.
Yeah, that's a lack of discipline.
But the thing that was weird was the Chargers game, the penalties were cleaned up. Kirk just had a bad day. Coming out the bye week, they cleaned up the penalty. But just so everybody know where I stand, I just think this in terms of the whole Kirk thing. I think if Kirk was healthy, that's one. Like if he wasn't coming off an Achilles, and if he had an experienced OC, I don't think people would be trying to punt Kirk out of Atlanta. I don't think we will be seeing the same Kirk. I do think he will still be gone in 2 years. And it will be transitioned over to Penix. I just don't think that if Kirk came in healthy and if Kirk had an experienced OC calling plays, I don't think everyone would be ready to drop kick him. That's just my opinion.
Well, all right.
And again, let me acknowledge what Tidy just posted. Yes and no, you can't win with that, because up until the Chargers game with his 4 interceptions in that game, the leading quarterback in the league with interceptions was Pat Mahomes. And yet they still find ways to win because they have a somewhat complete, solid team, and they have great coaching. So
I would say the Chargers game is the only game that we lost to Kirk Cousins interceptions. Previous games, I don't think that was the cause we lost. I don't think that was the reason we lost Minnesota. The reason we lost was the game was over with that fumble on special teams. Once we were down 2 scores with 8 minutes left, the game was over. That first interception, the result was a punt by Minnesota, so that didn't hurt us. And the previous games, the loss to New Orleans, the loss to Denver, all the previous losses, nobody said Kirk turning the ball over or interceptions were the reason we lost. Not one person came on after the game and said Kirk throwing interceptions is the reason we lost. Nobody said that to the Chargers game.
Dude.
Now, again, here comes something else. But there's more than one reason why we haven't scored. Now, you say he's not scoring. However, if you're on the 2-yard line and you decide to run the ball instead of throw, we still scored. Like, the offense still scored. Now, and there, prior to this, and we can go back, check all the film if you want to, I saw so many drives. Go to New Orleans, go to Denver. That's when this streak started, right?
In those games, New Orleans,
in those games, you saw so many offensive drives stall out due to penalties, not because of turning the ball over, but we couldn't recover from a 3rd and 15 or whatever, the wrong time we got a penalty, and we just couldn't gain those yards back. It's just that simple. Now, if we want to turn that into something else, then so be it. But if you go back and watch the games, that's my takeaway. That's where I saw it. We saw plenty of offensive drives stall out.
You're absolutely right. We got all the way down into the red zone I mean, we were driving and just this past game got down to the red zone and got I think it was two holding penalties that put us all the way back at like the 40. You know what I'm saying? So like,
So yeah, they want that.
what
So
can you do?
context matters.
Is he making terrible decisions? Yes, he's making terrible. He has made some terrible decisions, but to put it on him and say, he's the reason that we're losing and he not scoring, the team has to get some of that. That's what I've been saying for last 2 weeks. The team got to get some of that smoke too, because you can't just continuously take. And even in previous week, you can't continuously take us out of scoring position with penalties, man. It is, and it's been all year long. Like I don't understand why people are just now seeing it when I've been calling it the whole year. You know what I mean? Like I've been saying penalties and stuff like that are an issue the whole year.
Now last week, against the Chargers, that was Kirk Cousins.
And that's what I said.
Absolutely.
That was Kirk Cousins. Clearly.
That was Kirk Cousins.
But we can't put no,
definitely. And see, that's why I wanted to make sure I said this about this, because see, last week was just egregious because of the fact that it was those 4 interceptions, penalties cleaned up, defense played their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirk Cousins last week with those 4 interceptions, and after looking at the film, because see, I had already made up in my mind, okay, Kirk Cousins, you messing up. All right. I made my mind, Kirk Cousins, you messing up, because I'm looking at the game again. But when I saw the game film and I saw what things that he did that he didn't have any business doing, like I always say about staring at folk, okay? Yep. And then the post that I did make about what they pointed out about how Kirk Cousins looked the safety away, then turned and threw to where he was supposed to throw to. That's something I was preaching ever since Matt Ryan.
I think we have to let the Chargers game go. We can't make the Chargers game be the cause for everything, because we lost these games for different reasons.
I'm not saying that. So I'm not saying that.
We're not saying that Kirk is without fault. And I understand people have a right to be mad at Kirk, but let's not let our emotions or people being upset with Kirk just fudge all context. Like people are losing their minds. They're so mad at Kirk that they're not even acknowledging everything else. Like all 4 of these games haven't been Kirk. Like all 4. That's the point. People are taking a terrible Chargers game. Granted, it was terrible. And they're extrapolating it like it was like it's been all 4 games, and that hasn't been the case. Like, look, if people want to be mad with Adam, I don't care. I didn't ask for Kirk to come in. I didn't want Kirk in the first place, and that's why that's why I'm frustrated in the fact that I'm sitting here defending, because I feel like I'm the only non-emotional person in the discussion. Like,
we're not, bro.
We're not
getting
well. I mean, no. We're just trying to talk.
I'm talking about out of Atlanta Bird game. Out of Atlanta Bird game. Everybody just want to point Kirk. Kirk is evil. Kirk is the devil. Like, bro, come on.
To me,
go ahead, Antonio. You about to say something?
I honestly believe that when we went to down into New Orleans and we were doing all of that parading, that we actually put the roots on ourselves. We put some voodoo on ourselves, man.
Hold on, Antonio. I want to piggyback on that one, because Bigelow invited Q onto his show and he was sweeping, and and Q, as he was sweeping, Q goes, if you get this loss from us, you may go on a really bad losing streak. And Bigelow's like, that ain't gonna happen. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just sweeping. I was like, man, I hope this doesn't start. And sure enough, New Orleans. By the way, New Orleans is the only team he hasn't thrown a touchdown against. Also, he didn't throw a touchdown against New Orleans at home, and then in the Saints game at New Orleans, he didn't throw a touchdown. So, but yeah, ever since New Orleans, and I remember saying, have a playoff mentality going against them. Put them down. Don't let up. And you came in, and it almost was like they were so high, and you all just walked in like, yeah, what's up, man? We're ready for the scrimmage. And you got blitzkrieg.
And
I mean,
that's coaching. The
Thank
coaches,
you, yes.
Raheem Johnson have his team ready. He didn't have them ready against Seattle. He didn't have them ready against the Saints.
No.
So
coaching.
So okay, let's just say we don't make it to the playoffs.
Oh,
where do we go from here? Who got to be the first one on the chopping block? Got to go to turn this thing around next year.
So I got a question, real quick. I got a question because Tidy said even with let's not see the quarterback got to score.
Now wait, now hold for Tidy's question.
I'm sorry,
now Ron,
I'm sorry, go Ron.
Ron cut in front of you, stopped at the stop sign.
I am so tired of this shit.
Got it.
I am so tired. I am so tired of being tired of this thing.
Yeah, you talk.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I'm sick and tired of this damn team. And like we come out, we start fighting, then we get hit in the mouth, then we just back down.
Where's my Falcon?
Unfortunately, Ron.
To answer your question, Ron, I'm gonna say this. Oh, Coach, were you talking? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Unfortunately, Ron, the bleeding is going to continue until we get a proven head coach in here. We don't get, and I understand proven head coaches don't grow on trees. You know what I'm saying? They're hard to get, but you had the opportunity to hire Bill, regardless of what people think about Bill Belichick, whatever. But you had the opportunity to hire Bill Belichick. You had the opportunity to hire Harbaugh, and you go with Raheem Morris, who wasn't good his first time. When he was the coach here for 6 games, we didn't win a single game. It's just until you fix that issue, I don't think we'll ever win anything. I think we'll be exactly what we have been the last 20 years.
But a coach just to do so much. I'm talking about the players.
But a coach does a lot though. A coach can unlock players' potential. A coach can make players play better than their regular potential.
But when your leaders on the team fucking up, Justin Simmons, Jesse Bates, all them, who's getting their ass? That's what I want to know.
Okay, okay. Now I definitely got to ask Coach this: when you come in with a pat hand, such as Raheem Morris taking over the woeful Falcons in that particular year, what kind of unlocking are you going to be able to do with a pat hand?
Can I say something?
I don't understand what you mean with a pat hand.
You already have your team that someone else built.
Can I say something on that?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Cause see, I'm trying to. Okay, if you came in with a clean slate, that next year as clean a slate as you could make it, and you're starting the year out, there's some things under your control, as far as players, coaches, personnel, things of that sort. All right. If the trade deadline is passed and you committed money to players, coaches, whatever, and you take over a team as the interim coach, what kind of unlocking can you do with the same coaching staff that you had before? The only thing different is that the head coach is gone and you have taken over the reins.
Okay,
I mean that goes for any coach that's starting. The same could be said about Dan Quinn in Washington. You know what I mean? He didn't. That's not his team. but he's getting the best
He
out of his
started from
players.
scratch, though, Coach. He started from scratch and brought his own people in to start the year. Raheem Morris took over in the middle of the year. What? How many games were left when Raheem Morris took over the Falcons when Dan Quinn left? About 6 games?
Oh yeah, it was 6. You talk about back then? Yeah, it was 6 games.
See, that's what I was saying.
He's talking about Dan Quinn now.
Yeah, I'm talking about Dan Quinn now.
Okay, compared to Raheem Morris?
Now, yes.
See, okay.
I
thought you were talking about. I thought no. See, you said when he took over as head coach the first time.
I was saying yes. I said he had 6 losses. He didn't win nothing when he took over as head coach the first time for us. The first time. Yes, right. He had a team that was already built, but he was there. He was there from Jump Street, so it ain't like he didn't have a rapport with these players. It's not like these players don't know who he is. He should have been able to do something.
Now, if you wait a minute, Coach. Now, I think that's kind of unequal. I think that's a little unequal, Coach, because the thing is that even though that distance between the coordinator chair and the head coaching chair is this far, that's one hell of a doggone jump to be in charge of the whole thing when these people who the previous coach had hired as coaches, position coaches or whatever, had been coaching this team for the balance of the year, the bulk of the year.
And I understand that, but it's still, regardless, it goes on record. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying.
Record, but the record is part. I'm talking about the unlocking part.
Okay, can I say this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, if you look at, and I'm not trying to bring up,
bring your evidence, man. Don't worry about it.
Because in my opinion, when you really look at this team, it all comes down to coaching. Whether it's Raheem, whether it's the OC or the DC, it all comes down to coaching. Because I guarantee, when you talk about unlocking a player, imagine Mike Tomlin being the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. We wouldn't even be having this discussion right now.
Nope.
Nope.
Because you look at Mike Tomlin on the sideline, and you look at Raheem on the sideline. I be looking at Raheem on the sideline sometimes like he the ball boy. He don't have no energy on the sideline. Mike Tomlin will get in his players' ass on the sideline and in their face on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
You will never. What's the maddest you ever seen Raheem get all year? He got mad when that man brought up that thing about that press conference about
last
Raheem
year.
Said, "I'm not the coach. I wasn't here last year." That's a
mad. He got mad. I've seen him mad about 3 or 4 times, but as mad as he could get. Okay, about 3 or 4 times. Matter of fact,
but you'll never see that from him, though, and that's that's the majority of the problem right there.
Well, like I said, now, okay. The Chargers game. The Chargers game where they called that holding penalty on the field goal. He was animated. I'll say that. He was animated.
Well, the issue, he's a player's coach, but it's all a moot point because he's not going anywhere. Like he's going to be here next year.
Right.
So the hope is that he can improve, he can learn from this experience and get better. That's the hope. Because honestly, I think everyone's coming back. I think Terry's coming back. I think Kurt's coming back.
Oh yeah, look at the economics. Look at the economics of it. Isn't Arthur Smith still getting paid by the Falcons
for this year only? Yeah, I think this year is his last year.
Yeah,
but
okay. Wait a minute. Did he sign a 4 or 5 year deal?
4-year deal.
4 year.
Okay, you're paying Arthur Smith. Then you would have to pay Raheem Morris because he does have a 5-year deal. Then you got to pay your next coach. So the economics of it says no. I don't see it. I don't.
No, they're going to give. He's going to be here next year regardless. That's dead.
We need. Oh, okay. Atlanta Falcons fans. He's going to be here next year.
Yeah, they're going to run it back.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's
Raheem at least has to coach Penix. If you're not going to leave Penix on the field.
Here's what I'm going to say.
No,
because here's what I'm going to say. Look,
we
we've got a guy. We're all saying the same thing. Look at Raheem. His name is Ha Ha Kiki Ra. All right. He loves the press conference. He loves to be on TV. He likes to smile. He likes to shout everyone out. He's pointing at everyone. You know, he wants to make sure everyone feels good. I'm sick and tired of feeling good.
Same way he is with the press is the same way he is with his players, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And look at
in the locker room.
there's no, and that's why I say there's no accountability on the penalties. Because, Coach, if you're not enforcing or you're not holding them accountable, what happens? We keep seeing the same things, or we see the things happen over and over and over. And what I get with Raheem, guys, I just go back to a simple phrasing. He has wrote more checks than his ass can cash. And one of the things he said was, we're not going to be in the same position that we were last year. If I wasn't here, or if this team had a great quarterback, I wouldn't be here. So these are things that he kept saying. And now he's saying Ritter couldn't handle this team. Okay, you better show up, because if you get beat by Oakland, don't worry about coming back to Atlanta, because you will be burnt. I mean, they will literally have so much fun at your expense, and then they will look at you and go, well, last year, this is kind of your reliving history now. And then he's like, oh, I wasn't here. Yeah, well, guess what? Last year's team was better than this team, and that's what you don't want to hear. So my thing is this. Terry doesn't have an extension. And if Raw does not get us to the playoffs or does not at least finish over 500, I could see Arthur looking, going, y'all wouldn't even let me get my guy Bill. And now I can't get him, and now I'm stuck with y'all? No, thank you. Terry won't be fired. He just won't
in
get
totality title.
Yeah.
But offensive penalties, we're on the top half of the league.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Because I was just trying to find where I was at. I don't have my glasses on, by the way. So then you have that, and I'm just going, look at how stubborn he's been with the defense. All right. And now we've got this turnaround. Great. Why did we not see it in the first part? And I still say Jimmy Lake ain't coaching it. It's Jerry Gray, but that's just me.
Okay, that brings me to my next question.
Yeah, go ahead, go, and then because there was another thing I wanted to say.
If you know, okay, Ritter won, he ain't gonna stand up under no real pressure. So, what you think the focus of the defense should be this week?
Oh, dude, me and Keely talked about it. One thing I'm doing, if I'm the Falcons, I'm running the ball. I want to try to make this as simple as I can for Kurt, as well as kind of just set that pace with my offensive line and everybody else. I'm trying to get a lead. If I can get a lead, then we're going after Ritter, because we know Ritter can't handle pressure. Kind of reverse the script that people have been doing to us, do it to them. Do it to others before they do unto you. And that's why I'm like, you have to, make plays, and you have to. And my thing is this. We keep neglecting the running game. The running game was working. We had a guy who's a Minnesota fan saying, guys, Bijan and Algier, they couldn't stop them. And the biggest help was when your coach just didn't play them, because you're just we knew what was going to happen. It was Skull. I can't remember his first name, but yeah, it was really cool that he brought that up. But my thing is, man, it's the other thing that bothers me. It's how did we set up Penix? He played one game in the preseason, didn't play game 2 or game 3, and then me and Keely, I think, said maybe altogether 10 snaps, maybe if that. So honestly, are we really going to put him in the game? I wouldn't. I would actually wait till next year, or at least you give him and you basically tell Kurt, we gave you a full year and we saw what you did. You have to beat out Michael Penix. It's legit. Whoa. I'm not awarding Michael. I kind of want to see somebody win something if he's with us, because you got to remember, you got to tell the guy what's up. Apparently, Kurt's the softest man in all the land, because you don't want to give him criticism. You don't want to tell him, hey, you got to fight for your job now. You see what I'm saying? Because you saw Raheem. He was like, well, Kurt, he said this on the freaking press conference. I laughed my butt off. Well, guys, he didn't want to talk about stats, but the first thing he said was, well, Kurt almost had over 300 yards.
The thing that makes the Penix conversation moot to me is that is the way the schedules shake out, we're going to be in contention. I mean, and I hate to be overconfident, but we're playing the Raiders and the Giants the next two games, which means we're still going to be in contention up until like the last two games.
Okay. Yeah.
Going back to C-Dub point though, I feel like this. If they put Penix in the game and Penix gonna get us wins, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me.
15 false stars.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, Tidy.
Eighth in offensive holding is.
Hold on, Tidy. Hold on. Let me. Okay, we're 15th in NFL in false starts, 27th in false starts. Okay, we can't beat both. I don't think we can beat both.
I got to go back and look at the numbers. I had pulled them up earlier.
John,
I know we were like
let me ask
top
this.
10 in holding, and it was another stat that we were like top 15. So I have to go back and look it up. But either way it go, like I said, on the offensive side
Red,
of the ball, top half.
I just want to ask, what happens if we do lose to the Raiders Monday night? What's going to be?
Hey, Keely, wait a minute, man.
I'm sorry, Keely. That was great.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all think this victory is so guaranteed.
They lost 9 straight, bro. I put it like this. I think people are just losing perspective. I get it any given Sunday, and I guess because we've lost 4, it makes us feel like we're the worst team in the league. But they've lost 9 straight. We're not the worst team in the league, bro.
So what you're saying is both of us on a losing streak then.
They're on a 9-game losing streak. They only won 2 games.
And on top of that, they want to be number 1 in the draft.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll lose to them either.
They want Shador, my guy.
I just
yeah, they want Shador.
Look, I get it. Any given Sunday, I just don't. I think people are losing them. We're bad, but we're not that bad.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And what I'm saying though is,
you might be right, Keely. All I'm saying is, we have seen Falcons teams lose the teams they're not supposed to lose to, and without a quarterback.
To me,
the slump.
The Chargers to me are a good team. We lost to me. They're just a better team.
Just saying, overall, we've seen
they're a better coach team. The Chargers are a better team. They're a better coach team. I did not expect us to beat the Vikings either, because to me they're a better team.
Yeah. But
I said that weeks ago, and I remember you read
they were going to outcoach.
Hold on. I remember you read telling me. And other people telling me, "Oh man, the Vikings ain't nothing." Because I remember saying way back when that we ain't good enough to beat teams like the Vikings. We ain't good enough to beat teams like the Commanders. And people were telling me, "Oh, they ain't good. They ain't good."
I was being positive weeks ago. Right now, I'm based on right here in reality. And all I'm saying is, both teams on losing streaks. Our quarterback is in a major slump. Our defense ain't that good. Go down to Vegas.
4 interceptions, and we still only lost by 3.
See, that's what I was gonna bring up. Because
the Giants almost won. We almost beat the Chargers with Kirk throwing 4 interceptions.
I get it
from perspective.
Look. Hold
on. Next week, and more context.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
We were in the game with the Vikings until the turnover. If it weren't for the turnover, the defense giving up draws and the turnovers, the offense did their job that game.
Right. I'm saying it. And so you don't think that can happen in Vegas?
I do not think the Raiders are the Vikings. I do not think the Raiders are the Vikings.
But it can happen now. It can happen. It definitely.
Only reason I'm saying this is because our quarterback is in a slump. Our defense ain't that good, and I know
like
when you play
midgets.
Go ahead.
We could discover there's a planet full of midgets in the solar system tomorrow. Anything
little
can
people.
happen.
Little
Anything
people.
is possible.
And the
So,
thing
Oh,
about
now,
it is,
Keely, now, wait a minute. Why
Ritter-
you doing all that reaching?
Because people, y'all want to say anything. Look, is at the end of the day, it's about probability. I think it's a high probability.
You're right.
And we're
you.
favored.
I do think we are a better team than the Raiders. But I think we're a better team than a lot of teams.
I think what's the spread on it right
now?
now?
We was
Vegas
better than Seattle. I thought we was.
I didn't think we were better than Seattle.
I thought we was better than New Orleans.
So here's my here's what I'm
that's
saying.
That's a rivalry game.
Lost teams, not necessarily this season, but the Falcons teams that have struggled have lost the teams that we shouldn't have lost.
All right, so here's my red.
Go
what
ahead.
Team did we lose to that you felt was that we were better than?
Minnesota last year with
I'm talking about this season.
What I'm saying,
I don't think we should have lost
Red saying that the Falcons.
Red has you go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I've been wanting to say it.
No, you got something on your mind. Let's hear it. Me and you probably on the same page.
Red saying
the
Falcons past few years have had games like Minnesota against where we played them here, and Josh Dobbs, the rocket scientist, got traded, didn't know the playbook, beat us. Then you had Tyler Murray. I mean, we've had games where we're like, we should have won.
Well, Kyler Murray should have beat us.
I agree. I agree. The Raiders are not better than us. I don't think the Raiders are better than us. I don't think the Giants are better than us. But I've seen us choke it up the teams, especially when we slumping right now, and our quarterback is playing the worst of his career. Our defense ain't that good. If we go up to Vegas and have turnovers, 2 or 3 turnovers that we're not supposed to have, and our defense give up a few touchdowns they're not supposed to give up, we're gonna be looking pretty crazy.
Again, this goes back to tomorrow. We could find a planet full of midgets. It's possible. However, the probability isn't that high that we're going to lose to the Raiders.
I hope you're right, because
please don't think.
I'm scared of what if we go and lose to Desmond Ritter, I'm just scared of what the fan base gonna say. I'm scared of what coach gonna say. I'm scared of what we all gonna come on here and say next Wednesday.
And please don't think Ritter is not at home right now losing sleep because he know he got to play us.
Right, this probably his Super Bowl right here. That's his probably. If he don't win another game,
he would love nothing more than to come out there and light our ass up.
Right, he want to win.
I'm pretty sure he would have loved to be a starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, and he probably tried his hardest to do that as well.
But come on, that man got one game. He got one. If he don't never play another game in the NFL, if he don't never get on another team next year, if it's one team he won't
red. But he was sent to the bench. They faked no. You're not hearing what I'm saying. Let me get it out.
Yeah,
they faked the concussion to put that man on the bench.
Yes, he did.
Hold on.
You're right.
Then you don't think when he got his opportunity to get back into the lineup for the Falcons, he didn't understand that was probably his last chance to be a quarterback in the field at that point.
Yeah, right.
And you don't think he went into that game with that mindset, this is my last chance. I need to play my heart out. And what did poor little Tink do?
I love this.
Well, okay. Now let me understand your point, Keely, but you got to understand it done came full circle. Like this was like, if you really look at it, this is almost like if he looking at it, this is almost like destiny to him.
Yeah.
Destiny to him. Out of all
hold on. Now let me sprinkle a little bit on this.
We're not doing movies.
Let me sprinkle a little bit on this. Let me sprinkle a little bit on this. It would be as you guys painted if Arthur Smith was still the coach.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, and the reason why, who does he have? Does he have the animus against the Falcons or Arthur Smith? Because Arthur Smith was the one that put him on the bench. Arthur Smith was the one.
He ain't beat no Pittsburgh.
Do you know the number one thing that's gonna get played at if we lose to the Raiders and Desmond light our ass up? Raheem was like, because they didn't have a quarterback last year. That same quarterback came and lit your ass up the following year.
And
okay, now Tidy trying to say Raheem ran him out of town.
Because
Well,
Arthur Smith was gone when they traded him. Arthur
Yes.
Smith was already gone when they traded him to Arizona.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Arthur Smith was
okay,
traded
you know what?
Arizona.
That is correct. But thing is that number one, Arthur Smith did this man wrong from Jump Street.
I don't think so.
John,
I think
John.
He did.
I don't think so. He gave him a third round pick who sucked an opportunity to start in the league. That's a blessing.
with no coaching.
Hey, what coaching did? Look, if he was
with
good enough,
no coaching.
I am not about to defend Ritter, but what I'm gonna say is
what coaching is here
see,
now.
I got to defend. See, the thing is, I'm in a bad position because I got to defend him because of the fact that they did not have a quarterback coach here. Okay, you picked him. You picked him, Arthur Smith. You went and got him. You picked him. You said you were going to develop him.
So,
you didn't have a quarterback coach.
Can we make a deal? Can we make a deal?
No, let me finish what I'm saying first before I make this deal, because you might change your mind after I finish saying what I'm going to say, unless you know what I'm going to say.
Finish something too, but yeah.
Okay, because thing is, if you brought the man here, you said you were going to develop. All right, you said you were going to develop. You never had a quarterback coach here to develop him. You had the quarterback coach coaching wide receivers. You threw the man out there, chronicled by what you guys were saying about the fact that he had to do so and all that type of stuff, because the outcry had just gotten so loud after Mariota had lobbed that grenade off his ass. All right. So, you did this man wrong. You did this man wrong. Okay. When you did this man wrong, I could not blame him 100% for being trash, because he was never developed by the coaching staff, headed by your head coach, who's supposed to be some type of guru or whatever. All right.
John.
And that's why I can't do that. So,
John.
So Keely, what's your deal? Hold up, Coach. Let me see what Keely's deal is first, and then you can talk to him.
Oh, okay.
So our coaching staff failed him. He went to Arizona. The coaches got a good look at him out there, and they decide there's nothing they could do for the guy. So then he's now with the Raiders. This is a third coaching staff. Monday night, if he looks like trash, can we concede that after 3 coaching staffs, it wasn't just the Falcons coaching staff? It still looks like trash.
Okay, now Geno Smith comes to mind to where I can't say that.
Geno Smith did not look like Ritter.
Yeah,
exactly. Come on now, John.
No, he might not have. Okay, he might not have, but how many stops did Geno Smith make?
He gave teams a reason to keep giving him a stop, because he didn't look like trash.
Yeah,
teams will pick you up if you don't look like trash.
So now this is the thing, Keely. If he looked that bad, why did those other 2 teams pick him up?
The same reason Heineke keep getting a job.
Yeah,
he does. He looks good enough. He's not trash. He looks serviceable. We can use him as a backup. That's the reason he can go from this team to this team to this team. Same way Mitchell Trubisky can go be a backup over here and be a backup over here, because he's serviceable, but he's not trash.
Yeah,
and for years showed flashes. He showed potential. He's serviceable. We can work on him while he's the backup. And then he got his opportunity. He started for the Jets, and who else? The Giants, and for Seattle.
He did start for the Giants, and then I think, remember he went to the Chargers, but that was as a backup.
But John, this is what you are glossing over. Their coaches can only do so much. When you are a quarterback, there are certain things you absolutely know is a no-no. Like there are just some things you just don't do. And just right off the dome, I can see very clearly him, like clockwork, regular clockwork, with no pressure, throwing off his back foot. That is probably the number one no-no for quarterbacks. You never throw off your back foot unless you are like being hit or there's like pressure and you trying to throw it out of bounds or whatever. There were so many times he just would just throw off his back foot, and what would happen? Boom, interception, like it wasn't nothing. He is not. I said it then. I'll say it now. That man will be a career backup if he's even in the league in 4 years. I give him 4 to 5 years max. And he's already been in what, 2? So yeah, 3. So yeah, he got 2 years left, and he'll be gone.
What happens when all the coaching staffs look at him? Then what?
Well, hold on.
Hey, I gotta wait till I gotta wait till that bridge is crossed. And see, Coach, to your point, Coach, I'm gonna say this. Matt Ryan did the same freaking thing his entire career.
Cut it out,
man. Off his back foot.
Cut it out, dude. Anyway, go. Anyway, next subject. Cut it out.
You said I was glossing over. You said I was glossing over things. And then on top of that, and then on top of that, I just saw a Kirk Cousins 2 weeks ago staring at receivers that I've been talking about the entire year because of all of the trauma I had from Matt Ryan doing the same thing. So these things that you all are saying, now I understand exactly where y'all coming from. Y'all think that y'all think Desmond Ridder is pure D garbage, pure D trash.
No, I just think the talent, he doesn't have NFL talent.
Yeah,
that's all
I don't think he's NFL
okay. All right. Well, now coach think he trash.
Hold on. I don't wish bad on that man at all.
No.
But come Sunday, the first time he run his ass about that backfield, I want somebody to clean his motherfucking clock.
Actually, it's Monday night, guys. Monday Night Football.
Well, yeah, Monday night. Monday night. But see,
Antonio.
But like I said, the same things that coach that you enumerated should be ABC 1, 2, 3 to a quarterback. That's why I was acting a fool about the Minnesota game, because you do not. And then this game here, where you sitting up here, pump faking and still throwing to the same doggone man you were trying to pump fake to. No, you can't do that. Those are things that you're supposed to know not to do. Everybody. Okay? Everybody. But my problem was with Ridder. My problem with Ridder was the fact that you did not do any coaching for that man. You did not coach that man. And so I have to say, Ridder, I am so sorry you didn't get no coaching here. All right. He may be sorry, but see, I would have loved to have seen him.
How do you know he didn't get no coaching? That's my question.
He didn't have a quarterback coach.
How you know that?
Had one.
Wait a minute. Coach.
Arizona had one.
No. We ain't talking about Arizona. We talking about the Falcons. And then on top of that, Arizona, I know absolutely nothing about. Okay, they might have had a quarterback coach there, but you had a running back coach trying to doggone coach Desmond Ridder, a running back coach with no quarterback coaching experience at all. A third round.
Did he have a coach?
A third round project.
Did he have a coach?
Coach, when I answer that question, yes, what are you going to say next?
I'm going to there's nothing else to say.
Because what the point, you're not making a point, Coach.
In the NFL, our DC has never called plays. We have coaches that's never done anything in their career.
And do you see the result? You see the result? See the result?
Hold on. I gotta ask. I gotta.
You see, I'm glad you two brought this up, because see, I'm still holding fast to my point, because do you see the result? You know what we've been fussing about as far as defense is concerned for the past 12 weeks, and offense for the past 12 weeks.
Drake,
hey, go ahead, C-Dub. Before you reach in here and scratch me.
Oh, Jesus.
First of all, John, you like family, man. I would never want to, inflict harm on.
Hey, go ahead.
But no, it's all good. But no, I got to say this. Antonio was actually making the point for me, and I'm going to bring it back to the circle. You said, shouldn't it be Arthur Smith that has a problem with? Yes, But you have Raheem Morris, kiki. Let me be the center of attention. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback to lead. If we had a quarterback, I wouldn't be here.
He did say that.
He kept saying all kinds of stuff. And then this past week, he's already said, well, Ritter couldn't handle this. So, and it's like this. I don't mind, but you better back it up. They call it cocky, but if it ain't bragging unless you can back it up. And all I'm saying is he has been the vocal point. And like Antonio said, if the Raiders win, and look, Ritter doesn't even have to have a good game. But if they win, all these video clips that have had Raheem saying all this stuff, smiling, saying, yeah, man, we're going to be the best. We're going to outrun the South. And you're going to have a mixtape of, and Desmond goes down with the touchdown.
Why are we entertaining the conversation?
What I'm saying is, honestly,
it's called Keely. Stranger things have happened.
why are we so hurt?
Cause we scared. Hey, Keely, cause we scared.
No,
cause we scared.
We've seen this.
I'm scared. I'm gonna say I'm scared. I'm really scared.
We have seen the Falcons go up against teams that you're going, oh man, we should beat them. The Indianapolis Colts.
But y'all seen Ritter play before.
Yeah.
Like I don't get this.
We've seen a lot of star quarterbacks play before, and then they come and beat us.
Y'all have never seen a quarterback. We have never seen us play a quarterback like Ritter before.
Look,
ever.
I'm not even
maybe not exactly like Ritter, but we've seen some trash quarterbacks.
Yeah, we've seen some.
Okay, Keely, so
we hadn't lost to him, but we've seen some worse.
Is that what you're saying?
I never will forget. I never will forget.
Y'all, what I'm saying
I'm sorry, Red. Go, say it again, Red.
Now I'm just saying, is Keely saying Ritter is the absolute worst quarterback we're gonna ever play?
We've ever played. This
season, he's definitely the worst quarterback we're gonna play this season.
I agree.
Kirk, you better not lose to this man because man.
Well, see, here's the thing,
bro. Exactly. The next comment down. The next comment down, please. Yeah. Ain't nobody scared of Ritter. Ain't nobody. That's the point. Y'all have.
But I'm trying to explain. When you got a team that's gonna, it's like this. In my head, yes, we should win. Yes, we should dominate. But I know this team. I've seen this team, and this team has pulled out. What the hell are you thinking on us many times? And
C-Dub, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
I mean, look, we could, we got Max Crosby and Chason could hit Kirk Cousins at the right place, and then, we're really screwed. But I'm just saying, it's something. And when I look at this game, and I see how Ross just like, Kirk Cousins is our guy. Kirk Cousins, and he keeps commenting about Ritter, and I'm going, dude, please tell me you guys are going to light it up, because if not, if you struggle and you end up getting beat, this will probably be a game where people will just have fun at the Falcons' expense.
So basically, everybody, none of y'all have confidence in Raheem at all. Like, no, I don't know.
It's not Raheem.
No. If anyone believes Raheem is a competent coach, you believe he can win this game.
I believe you can.
Yeah,
but see, the Atlanta Falcons have more hold my beer moments than any team I've ever been associated with or watched. Just like the Super, and I got to go back to the Super Bowl. Yeah. When you have a 20-something to 3 lead, usually the Super Bowl is over. But doggone it, the Falcons said, hold my beer.
Man, cut it out, bro. So we won't play it
What you talking about? Some cut it out?
Arguably the greatest quarterback and arguably the greatest coach ever.
No.
So that don't come into account.
Yeah, it comes into account, but it's still hold my beer. And the coach, and the reason why I said that is because of Tom Brady's body language when he sat down after throwing that interception.
Y'all got this bad energy, man.
Look, I'm plugged into it. It's coming out of the wall socket.
This is supposed to be the most confident game on the schedule for everybody.
I agree. But we have seen this team screw it up.
You talking this into a choke job, man.
No, Red. Where was this energy at the beginning of the year when we were getting ready to play the Eagles and Kansas City, and you would just believe just for no reason? You were like, we finna win this game. I don't know why.
I ain't positive no more now. You said was I not positive at the beginning?
Hey, look at the comments. Look at the comments. 1980 playoff game against Dallas. This 17-0 NFC Championship game against San Francisco. I mean, we got. I mean, look here. We've got more
quarterback in any of them games.
Man, I'm telling
positive up into the bye week through until I just couldn't be positive no more.
We're talking about
Red. I thought you were gonna pass out.
We're talking about
I didn't feel like myself, Judge.
We're talking about Kaepernick, Harbaugh, and a very, very, very good 49ers team in that example. That is not Ritter and
now. Wait a minute. Weren't we 13-3 that year?
Weren't San Francisco really good that year?
I think 12-4.
Were we 12-4, 13-3? Might have been 12-4.
We won 12 games that 2012 season.
San Francisco was really, really good that year.
Yeah. So were we supposedly. Hey, Ron, go ahead.
But they
I want to ask y'all: do y'all believe in some head coaches can fix Desmond with?
No.
See, I don't. Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Nah, because
okay. Now, well, then why did Mike Tomlin grab Fields from Chicago and say after he grabbed Fields from Chicago, it is our job to coach these players up?
Right.
We're talking about a first round.
So you comparing Fields?
The reason, yes, I am comparing it because see, the thing was that the narrative, even though Fields was a first round draft pick, the narrative on him was that he was garbage because of what he did in Chicago. Everybody had called him trash too, did they not?
Yeah, because coaching had no accountability.
Talent, though.
Wait a minute. But Justin Fields got talent. He do. Chicago Bears.
Did he?
Yeah,
go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
Have you seen him throw the ball? He got first round talent.
I think Fields was just in a bad situation.
Right. Yeah. He was in a very bad situation in Chicago.
Come on.
He got a head coach that don't know what the fuck he doing. Don't know when to call timeout. Don't know when to talk to the team. I mean, he did not know nothing.
And
Ron, you right.
Fields had three different offensive
John, you remember Fields let it slip that it was the coaching, but he had to come back and apologize.
And do you remember when Atlanta went to Chicago to play against Fields?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the throws that Fields was making in that Chicago weather?
Yeah, Fields lit our ass up.
Now, can Ritter make any throw that you saw that day in Chicago?
Now the thing I want to okay.
Now touch up for Desmond.
See, they twisted my arm all the way up my back because I remember Ritter in a Houston Texans game that looked like he was about to turn the corner.
Man, I just can't believe we talking about this hot garbage
with no quarterback coaching.
John, the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then.
And see that,
why are we talking about this garbage ass, dumpster juice ass nigga, man?
You absolutely right. But see, my problem is I've got to give him. See, I don't want to give him a whole pass, but I got to give him a kind of a pass because of the fact that the only quarterback coaching he was getting was Carson Palmer's brother in the offseason. That was it. To your point, Coach.
They didn't ask Ritter to do a lot in that Houston game. Like they did.
And you know what? And well, he threw for 300 and some yards, didn't
he? He did it throwing 5-yard pass, 10-yard pass, 5-yard pass, 4-yard pass.
They got Tom Brady Super Bowl now. You know,
Tom Brady. Come on. Look, Arthur Smith dialed up a good game for him that day. He made a whole bunch of little 4-yard, 5-yard passes, 2-yard slant here. Like he wasn't threading the needle. He wasn't doing any of that.
Oh no.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something else too, Keely. That thread the needle will get you in trouble. Ask Kurt.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, it's free. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and ask a question. I ain't gonna charge you.
Why in the hell we talking about this hot garbage dumpster juice ass nigga, man? Like, can we talk about the Falcons? Don't nobody care about Desmond Ritter. He tried.
Okay, all right. Do we have to say it again, Coach? How many hot dumpster juice garbage people and teams have beaten us when we were double digit? They were double digit underdogs to us throughout Falcons history.
I don't know.
I don't think we've ever lost to a quarterback on the level of Desmond Ritter.
But because this is the problem. Number one, we play down to the level of our competition. That's number one. Number two, we will beat ourselves to death. And you've seen that all year long this year. We beat ourselves. Penalties, mistakes, bad play calls, things of that sort. Just like last week, Coach, you were talking about those 2 jet sweeps that we were running that got knocked into the backfield.
But so when have we lost?
We'll do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand, John, but they have to be able to score points, and we no one on the Falcons team, no one with any type of football knowledge actually believes that Desmond Ritter is going to throw on the Atlanta Falcons and beat us, man. Like I don't. It's not gonna happen.
The team may not, but the fans are scared.
My argument is how realistic is this fear? Because y'all throwing examples like, say, the 49ers. 49ers was a very good team. So where is this bad team that we should have beat by double digits and we ended up losing?
I don't even think it's that, Keely. I think it's the fact that we as Falcons fans, we have PTSD so fucking bad.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see how realistic is it, because the teams that we lost to were good teams. Like losing to the Patriots, that we're losing to arguably the best quarterback and best head coach in NFL history.
I agree.
And with the 49ers comeback loss, Harbaugh is a hell of a coach, and that was a really good 49ers defense.
Okay, can I ask a
question? And also we not losing. Also those teams have great defenses or good defense. Like it just may be a quarterback that ain't good, but the rest of the team good. Like the Raiders are trash. Like, what are we talking about? The Raiders are absolute garbage.
Can I ask a question, though?
You bet. Go ahead.
How many of us actually thought that we would be in the position that we are right now at the beginning of the year?
I did not think so.
No, I didn't.
I know I didn't.
I put like this.
Talent on this team, we do got talent, but we just don't show the fuck up.
All right, so I'm gonna say this.
Bad culture.
I'm gonna say this. Only but a couple of these games surprised me. All right. Early on, when we came out with the skills, I wish we could go back to that episode when we was on Tidy's show and we were all doing our predictions for the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
Some of us are still in line with the prediction. Like, so for example, Pittsburgh. I thought we were gonna start off 0-3, and that's when me and Red got into the bet, because I'm like, how do you talking about we're gonna start off so good? We're gonna beat Kansas City and we're gonna do this. I thought we were gonna start off 0-3. I didn't even think we were gonna beat the Eagles, right?
You see how positive I was early?
So some of these games, I'm not tripping because some of these, the only one that surprised me, and the New Orleans wasn't even a surprise because I felt like we were gonna split with them just because they're a division rival. I was like, we're gonna probably split with New Orleans. Denver surprised me, but I mean, when I look at it, I mean, Sean Payton out-coached the shit out of us. Like,
no. Right. You know what? That one didn't surprise me too much because we were going at the mile high. In fact, had we won the Seattle game or the game before the Denver game, I would have been okay with the Denver loss. Because
the Chargers game, I marked as a loss ahead of the season. I didn't know Minnesota was going to be this good, but at the beginning of the year, I was like, well, yeah, that's going to be a loss. So the Chargers,
I thought we could handle Sam Darnold. I didn't think Sam Darnold. I thought our defense would try to keep him in check a little bit, but he went off.
That's what I'm saying. Before Minnesota played a game, I assumed we would beat Minnesota. However, when I went after like week 3, when I saw what Kevin O'Connell was doing with him, I was like, yeah, that's going to be a loss. And when I saw
good coach,
and when I saw, and then when I saw Jaden Daniels play, I was like, oh, okay, well now that's going to be a loss. So the teams that we lost to thus far, most of them, I didn't think we were going to beat the Chiefs. I said that was going to be a loss.
So you think we're going to go 3-1 with these last 4 games? 3-1?
I think, I honestly think it's going to come down to the last week. Honestly, yeah. I think Tampa Bay going to slip. I think they got the Chargers, and then they got the Cowboys, the Saints, and who else? I forgot. I think they got Carolina again, and they barely beat Carolina the last game. Like they got out of there like at the last play of the game. So by a field goal. So I think there's a good chance they lose 2, we lose 1 on the way, and we tie on the final week. I think that's a strong possibility.
I got us only winning. I said weeks ago we only gonna get 2 of these last games, and I think it's gonna be the Giants and possibly 3, the Giants and Las Vegas.
We're gonna be backing into the playoffs like that.
See,
we're gonna beat 2 teams and then tie with Tampa, and y'all gonna feel good going into the playoffs like that.
No, I never thought. Look, at the beginning of the year before a game was played, I said we were gonna be 1 and done. I never backing in or feeling good. Right. I never felt good about this season. I said we were gonna make the playoffs just because it's gonna be. I said at the beginning of the year, I said we're gonna make the playoffs because it's gonna be a bad division. So we're just gonna walk in just because it's a bad division, and then we're gonna get sent home in the first playoff game. That was my prediction at the beginning of the year. So in terms of disappointment, I can't be disappointed because that's what I said in the beginning.
Okay, I mean, right. That's what you said. Then yeah, we right on track. Then
in my opinion, I don't think we're going to beat the Ravens.
Off track for my prediction, though.
Why? Because we have a hard time with legit tight ends. Brock Bowers doing everything he wants to every team. He go up.
But on that run, I don't. Ritter got to get the ball to him first.
Exactly.
That's your point, Tony. You're right.
Do y'all trust
first, and that shit ain't happening.
Wait a minute. Do y'all trust our linebackers?
Against Desmond Ritter, absolutely.
So Desmond Ritter is the key to everything. Desmond Ritter is the key.
Yeah. That's what they saying. So okay, we'll just see.
I trust NFL players against high school players any day of the week. Excuse me. I trust NFL players against Pee Wee League players every day of the week.
Plus, we get the ball too. And we do have Mooney. We do have Drake London. We do have we get the ball too.
Y'all right. We got all of that. But however, I mean, if my team would stop playing down to the level of their competition and stop making stupid mistakes, I can say confidently, oh man, we should wipe the floor with them. We should knock them out.
I can confidently say that Kirk breaks his drought this week. I know that.
I don't know.
We got the quarterback leading in turnovers now. He leading the league in turnovers.
Look,
according to y'all, it's all gonna change.
Hey, Antonio, you might be right, but I mean, good grief, man.
He's leading the league in interceptions, but that's primarily because of one game. Like it's one game that.
He stacked them up. He surely stacked them up that one game. He sure stacked them up, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's an outlier in my opinion. Like,
cause I mean that was
I've been saying that, Keely, but they just want to continue to dog him. I've said that too. I mean, ain't nobody giving Pat Mahomes that smoke. You know what I'm saying?
No, hold up. Hey, coach. How do you give?
Went to and won the Super Bowl with 20+ interceptions.
Coach, how do you give a 2-time Super Bowl winner smoke for anything?
What?
What do you mean? If he played bad, he played
back-to-back winner of smoke
don't care
from
about
anything.
None of that. If you play bad, you play bad. I don't give nobody no passing.
Coach, how can you do that when the man has won back-to-back Super Bowls? Now, the thing is about it, Coach, he did throw those interceptions, but they overcame them.
Because they have great coaching and a good team.
The Raiders are 30th in points allowed. Why are we talking about this?
We done told you why we talking about it, man. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all.
They're at the bottom of the league in points allowed. They give up the draws more than us. They give up, as bad as our defense is, they give up the draws more. They're the freak of the NFL.
I really hope that our players don't have that same mentality, like this gonna be a cakewalk. I just hope they don't have that mentality.
Yeah, see that, and that's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Take this thing for granted and go out there and stink the joint up on Monday Night Football. Nonetheless, Monday Night Football.
We need a blowout.
And again, to this comment right here, I say this. I understand that his interceptions are magnified because we losing, but in the scheme of things, it is a team sport. We all watched Manning throw. I believe it was 22 interceptions in a year and still took his team to the Super Bowl. Why? He had great coaching and a good defense.
Just for perspective, if you subtract that one game, those 4 interceptions, he's behind. Jordan Love would be he would be tied with Jordan Love, who has a winning team right now. Patrick Mahomes, who has a winning team right now. Geno, who's also going to the playoffs, who has 12, and then Baker Mayfield with 13 interceptions, who's in the hunt for the playoffs. All of these have good all of these quarterbacks who he would be in company with all have good teams. He would be one ahead of Jared Goff and Sam Darnold. So if you take them 4 away, he would be at 11. Sam Darnold got 10, Jared Goff got 10, Jordan Love got 11, Mahomes got 11, Geno got 12, Baker got 13. So the point is he's not somewhere abnormally off the scale. He's right in the mix with other quarterbacks that are winning. So if you take that 4-game anomaly away, he's right there in the mix with Jordan Love, Jared Goff, all these quarterbacks who are actually having good years.
Toddy, that's what we're saying, bro. We're saying those teams are not killing themselves. Why? Because they have great coaching, bro. That is the difference between them and us.
But if people want to just be mad at him, they can be mad.
What he's saying is,
throw
interceptions. How are we gonna overcome that? Because
but here's the thing: you're saying constantly, right? Okay, as if My argument is that 4 interception game is an anomaly. Throw it away. He ain't never did that before. He probably won't do it again. That 4 interception. So if you take that away, whatever you deem to be constantly as far as turning over the ball, right? The remaining games you have left over, he's right in the mix of company of Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Geno, Baker, and he's right there alone. I guess they around that same number will be considered constantly, and it's not hurting them from winning.
Hey, Keely, I got a question for John. Who is worse at staring down the quarterback besides Cousins?
Matt Ryan?
No, Ritter. You know Ritter will stare a motherfucker down.
Well, oh. Now you're right. You're absolutely right. But okay, and I can't say but. I can't say but. That's been a pet peeve of mine from way back.
Probably driving me
Now,
crazy.
like I say, what?
Oh, my bad. I was talking to myself. I said Toddy driving me crazy. Go ahead, because I want to respond to his comment. Go ahead. I want to respond to his comment. He's driving me nuts.
Well, okay. Hey, Toddy, you may as well come on in here. You may as well come on in here so Coach can talk to you.
Tripping, bro. Again, I will say it again. The reason why they are scoring and we are not is because they have good coaches who instill discipline in their players. We are not scoring because we keep getting penalties that take us out of drives. Whether or not we in the top or bottom of penalties, that doesn't matter. We get penalties at the worst time every single game. Every single game, we get penalties at the worst time when we're driving.
Except for last week, now, Coach.
Except for last week. Last week was a great game, but other than that, we are taking points from ourselves. They are not doing that.
We killing ourselves. And see,
Okay,
Coach,
so
Coach
one
Keely, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's where my angst come from, because we beat ourselves.
Thank you.
See, that's where, because see now y'all both asked the question, why are we talking about them like they gonna win? Because we know what we have seen this year. We know what we've seen this year.
Yeah, okay, but the difference, John, is every quarterback we played is a competent quarterback, as a quarterback who is a starter. Desmond Ritter's not a starter. Like he needs to be on the 9s and 12s, the 9 to 12.
But look, Coach. Okay, what were we saying about Ritter and what our offense should be because Ritter was messing up, throwing interceptions? We were saying we need to run the ball. Okay, that's first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth. We need to be running the ball. Suppose the Raiders do that and limit and minimize what Ritter can do, and we get beat. Because when we get on offense, okay, they run, they get about 160, 170 yards on the ground. Then when we go out there and we try to put our offense out there, we shoot ourselves in the foot. Okay, say for instance, Ritter throws up one of them grenades like last week against Minnesota, and your cornerback is looking like he just got off the damn plane in New York looking at the skyscraper. That's how we can lose this game. We've done it many times before.
But so real quick, again, bro, you might as well get on because y'all are tripping right now. There's context. There's context to everything. You are going to blame a quarterback, and I don't care who it is, who gets hit blindside and fumbles. So now we putting that on Kurt. We're not putting that on the offensive lineman who
I didn't put that on. I said no.
I'm talking to Toddy and Tay. You constantly allow the offensive lineman constantly has been allowing people to come through, hit Kurt blindside and fumble. There is no quarterback, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, nobody, Lamar Jackson, nobody who gets hit blindside that isn't gonna fumble if they get hit hard enough. Y'all stop it, man.
Come on in,
come on, man.
Toddy, you and James, bro. Y'all need to come on in here. Yeah, come on. We pulling them in.
Like, come on, man. I understand that the stat goes on him, but that is not on him. That is on the offensive lineman who played a horrible game and allowed someone to hit that man in his back.
Put the link up here because I bet you Toddy won't. And put the link.
Stop it.
I just can't wait for these 2 weeks to be over with. So all these unrealized fears of how Ritter is going to have a 4-touchdown game and how Danny DeVito or whoever is the quarterback for the Giants is going to have a 40 against our team, so everybody can calm down and take a deep breath. Because
hey,
really
I understand. Yeah, these next 2 weeks with these bottom feeder remoras,
they're 30 of
these flounders with both eyes on the top side of the body. These bottom dwellers.
They're the homecoming team.
Yeah, hey, and that's the most embarrassing doggone thing to happen. You doggone schedule Rudy Poop for your homecoming game, and they beat the snot out of it.
And if that does happen, if the unrealized fear happens, then yes, damn, pack up Raheem stuff right there, because there's like that just mean that everyone we lost to thus far have been. We were out coached by Sean Payton. Seattle is a good team. We were still in it against the Chargers, despite all the turnovers. Like, we were in it with Minnesota, even though they're a superior team, in my opinion. Like, we haven't lost to a team that I feel like we shouldn't have. Maybe except for the Saints.
I just don't trust
that. Go ahead, Ron.
I don't trust the team because we beat ourselves at the wrong time.
I don't trust them either. I don't trust the Raiders either. I don't trust the Giants
either. When you cannot cover a tight end, Brock Bowers, that's saying something. We have a hard time covering tight ends like that. We've been having a hard time for a long time with tight ends.
But the beauty is that both the Raiders and Giants have a hard time doing a lot of stuff too. That's the saving grace. And that's my point, is that yes, we have flaws on our team, but they have a tough time doing a lot of things correctly as well. And that gives us the opportunity to have a bounce back, which is why I can't wait for these 2 weeks are over. So all these narratives and all these excuses can then be pushed away.
All right. Now we've got two people that have been burning the comments up that are now here. You got Tidy and you got Tay6. Gentlemen, welcome. And if y'all wanted to get in early, y'all should have said, hey man, hurry and put the doggone link in the comments so I can get in. Because I'm sitting up here pulling y'all in and forgot to even put the link up. But welcome, gentlemen. Hey, James, you need to come on in here now.
Hey, Ty, you want to go first or want me to go first?
Go ahead, Ty. You the 20-year-old. Go ahead.
23.
He ain't got no curfew. He better not have no curfew.
23, Tidy. Hold on, John. 23, Tidy. Get it right. Come on,
now. Man, you like 20.
Man. You got a lot of knowledge for a young 23-year-old. I respect that, Tay.
What do you mean that's one play? What are you talking about, bro?
Anyways, though, what's up, fellas? I'm gonna speak before I go ahead.
What up, big dog?
So look, I get what everybody's saying. Yeah, we shouldn't be scared of Ritter. This and that and the third. It ain't Ritter. We seen Ritter. We witnessed Ritter. We went through the whole Ritter phase. It's the Falcons.
I'm scared of
constantly beating ourselves up, just like y'all been saying. The penalties been killing the drive and all this other stuff y'all been saying. It's the Falcons. What if we do the same shit against the Raiders? Then what? Ritter ain't really got to do much. Ritter can just get them in field goal range. Just like who did it? Justin Herbert. When Justin Herbert ain't even throw a touchdown, we gave them their only touchdown. I'm just saying.
I'm done.
That's it. And if anybody got something to reply back to that, come on with it.
Okay, so again, with that situation, as Gilly has said, that is basically an anomaly. That is something that Kirk Cousins has not done before this year and hasn't done since. So, with that being said, and even with him throwing those 4 interceptions, we still we still were in the game. That's still. 2, the Chargers have a good defense. They're not great. They're not record breakers. They are good. They are good and serviceable. Matter of fact, I think they have like in the top 10 as far as run defense, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but last time I looked, they were in the top 10 run defense.
Gotcha. Okay,
Again,
and so
that's not Las Vegas. Las Vegas as a whole is a terrible team.
okay, I got you. And so my reply back to that is, when Kirk threw those 4 interceptions, none of those defenders made a spectacular play, Coach. Think about it.
I
Think about
understand
the
that.
first one. Hold on. Think about the first one. The pick 6. That defender was reading Kirk's eyes the whole time, and he just jumped and made the play. Then think about the atrocious red zone interception where he threw it into what? Triple coverage? Come on, it's not about the interceptions. It's about how bad these interceptions are.
Hold on, Tay. Don't forget about him packing the ball like a pack of cigarettes every time you do it.
Yeah, and then packing the ball.
With that being said, he literally played the worst game you've ever seen him play, and we lost by 4 with a good team.
Right. That's my point.
We still lost.
One more time. Hold on. One more time. He played a game that you've never seen him play before, an anomaly. You have never seen him play a game like that. As bad as we say he has been, he's never had a game like that. He literally played the worst game you've ever seen him play against a good team, and we still only lost by 4.
Hold my beer.
Exactly.
Oh,
then
if you are holding out for something worse to happen, that's a personal choice. Or you could just go with, that's the worst I've ever seen. I've never seen him do that, and that's probably the worst I'll ever see of him. Therefore, I don't expect anything more than that. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. If you don't like Kirk, you're gonna expect them but the worst moving forward. You don't like him, you don't like him. I didn't want him. So let's get that clear. I'm not trying to defend him.
It's just the slump that he in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't even. But even at that, like
4 games though, Keely, no passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
All right, I got a question. How did he play against Minnesota?
What, he threw for what, over 300 yards, and so what, you gonna give him credit? He still ain't throwing no touchdowns, and could have thrown 4-5 interceptions.
We were literally, he moved the ball.
Keely, he could have thrown about 4-5
let me get it out.
Like,
please.
Come on now.
And I'm trying to. So if he's literally right there, and the guy and the OC says we're gonna run this, if he gets us down the field and scoring position, we score. The only difference is we chose to run with Bijan instead of throwing it. What do you care? We scored. Like, I don't get this thing. We passing touchdown. We got in the end zone. The OC made a choice to say instead of passing it. Okay, so I guess you're wrapping me up now. But what I'm saying is the OC made a choice to run the ball instead of pass the ball. We still got in the end zone.
When you got 2 good running backs in the red zone, what's the OC going to do? On top of that, you got a quarterback that's playing bad. Of course,
why are we sitting here talking about passing touchdowns when we still scored? Do you care how we score? Do you care how we score?
But okay, you know what?
You want him to do a moonwalk in the end zone next time?
You're right. I don't care about how they score. We still lost the game.
So why are we talking about passing touchdown then? Why are we talking about passing touchdown? So you want to move on to another subject?
Most of our losses
we're going to move on to the next subject? All right, so that's the next subject. We're moving the goalpost.
Majority of the blame. Our defense, we know what our defense is. We haven't had a good defense since when? Come on now, we already know.
We moved on to the next subject, right? So we brought Kirk over here. We debunked the passing touchdown thing, so we just moved on to the next subject.
Mariota and Ritter. And Kirk is out here doing the same shit. If a motherfucker woke up from a coma and looked at Falcons game, they'll still think Desmond Ritter's on the team with these interceptions.
So I guess you're just mad at him because we were talking about passing touchdowns and they were debunked, and then we moved on to something else. So if you're just mad at him, you're just mad at him.
It's not being mad at him. Do you not see the interceptions he's throwing?
All right, so let's hold on.
He had a good game.
The interceptions he's throwing. Hold on, the interceptions he's throwing.
With those yards, bro, those yards.
I get you're mad, but we're gonna have context.
And then you try to put him in the same boat as Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. They're scoring. They're putting up points. You just seen what Sam Darnold did.
Seattle averages 2 points more than us. And you're talking about their scoring. They average 2
not talking
points
about
more
Seattle.
than us.
I said Geno Smith, not Seattle. He's scoring touchdowns. He's throwing touchdowns. Kirk
And
ain't throwing shit.
The team scores 2 more points per game than us. That's less than a field goal.
Not talking about the team. I said Geno Smith. I'm saying when you talk about Kirk is in the same, you talking about he's in the same categories. Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, and whoever else you said.
Real quick. Didn't we just talk about it doesn't matter how they score if they run or if they throw a touchdown? So again, it goes to how many points your team scores.
Just because trying to back up your own point now.
No, I'm just giving you common sense.
You're backing up your own point now.
No, I'm giving you common sense.
How
about this? Of all the additional points Geno scoring, it only adds up to 2 more points per game than the Falcons. How about that? So Geno doing so much more scoring.
How many Kirk got?
He's scoring 20 more than Kirk, and it still averages out to only but 2 points more per game. So why does it matter?
Hey, okay. Hey. So just to answer, hold on.
No, I'm just trying to understand the logic because he can throw 40 more touchdowns than Kirk.
He can throw no personal nothing against Kirk.
I just want you to apply common sense here. He can throw 40 more touchdowns than Kirk. It still only amounts to 2 more points per game.
Hold on, Keely. Let me throw this at him. So you said you can't compare him to Geno and because Geno throwing touchdowns and yada 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 yada. To Keely's point is y'all keep giving Kirk this smoke. Yeah, the 4 interceptions in the game is an issue. The him not scoring touchdowns.
Kirk has more touchdowns than Geno.
Hold on, I'm getting there, Keely. I'm getting there, Keely. Hold on.
I'm talking the last 4 games. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
He has 14 touchdowns on the year.
We
last 4 games. You talking about the whole season itself? Come on now. Go ahead.
Okay, so then we're gonna filter it down so you can have some type of point. You don't have a point.
We're on the losing streak. We're losing. We're on the losing streak. He gets majority of that blame. He gets majority of blame. The New Orleans game and the Chargers game.
Oh my God.
Look, all right. Hey, listen to this, Keely. Hold on.
Okay, hey, Coach, you go. Then I'm gonna let Tidy come in since I pulled him in.
Just for reference, they want to keep talking about he ain't scored in the last 4 games. Even without him scoring in the last 4 games, that man is still 3 touchdowns behind Patrick Mahomes. So, I'm not understanding. Yeah, he hasn't physically thrown the ball to someone and they scored a touchdown. But 1, the Atlanta Falcons are still scoring. And then 2, you have to put in context that penalties take us out of scoring range. That in my opinion, outside of the Chargers game, that in my opinion is the only reason that he ain't scored
in the game. It's multiple possessions in the game. You act like we're stalling out on drives on every possession because of penalties. Don't forget we're punting the ball sometimes. Don't forget we're fumbling the ball. You can't just keep always blaming it on penalties.
But I mean you're making my point. You're making my point. We are stopping ourselves from scoring. It ain't so much outside of one game. Outside of one game, it has not been Kirk Cousins. Because again, outside of these, even with these last 4 games, he's only behind what everyone considers the greatest quarterback in the league. And 3 touchdowns. Pat Mahomes has 20, Kurt has 17. And he ain't scored in 3 games, like y'all said.
All right. Hey, Tidy.
Again, that is what we're saying. They have a better team than we do.
What game? Hold on. What games did he throw away besides the Chargers game?
The Saints game. When he threw that interception trying to feed the ball to Drake, tried to force the ball to Drake London. He threw that game away, and he didn't even have to throw that interception because we had time.
He threw the game away, and not the 5 missed field goals by Cool.
Man, you can't keep.
I'm asking.
You putting. So you gonna put that game on Cool?
Hell yeah!
Well, now, hey, hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. Hold on 1 second, because see now that's a whole nother subject, and I definitely got to go with Tay on that one. But Tidy, go ahead and since I done drawn you into this, Tidy, go ahead.
All right, I'm just gonna pretty much for the most part continue this conversation on the same context of what we're talking about now. When you're on a 4-game loser streak, your quarterback has not thrown out 1 touchdown in 16 quarters, and he has 8 interceptions. I'm not going to talk about the fumble. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't even need to go there. I got enough.
They ain't even talking about the fumbles.
I don't even
say he getting hit from his
hold on,
blind
Tay.
side.
You messed up with your last comment. Let Tidy talk.
I don't need the fumbles. I got enough interceptions with no touchdowns and interceptions. That's all I need. You're not gonna win in the NFL if your quarterback is not putting points on the board. On offense, this is a guy that's touching the ball 99.9% of the time. He has to score. He has to score. And when we start comparing him to these other quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Coach, you say Patrick Mahomes, Keely, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Pat has 20. He has 3 more touchdowns and 4 less interceptions. That is a very significant difference there. When you bring up Baker Mayfield got 28 passing touchdowns already. Jordan Love, 21 passing touchdowns to Kirk's 17. He also has 4 less interceptions. And that's what we're really telling y'all. Like, look, if you're gonna throw interceptions, you still gotta score. You can't just keep turning the ball over with these bad passes and not put points on the board. Trust me, gentlemen, it's not a coincidence that in these 4 games he hasn't scored. We haven't won. The quarterback has to score. And I get it when you get the ball on the 2 and the 3 yard line. Yeah, you're supposed to give it to the running back. You took a running back at 8 overall in the draft, and then you had a rookie running back rush for 1,000 yards. I mean, just 5-6 weeks ago, we were fussing that we weren't running the ball in the red zone. So you're supposed to give the ball to the running back in the red zone. You know, if I'm at the 2 yard line, I ain't really trying to pass the ball anyway. You know, get your points before you get to the 2 yard line, Kurt. You are not going to win in this league if your quarterback continues to turn the ball over, continues not to score. It's not going to work. I don't care about penalties. I don't care about Zach Robinson, because when Kurt was throwing for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns in 1 game, nobody spoke about Zach Robinson. I'm sitting here watching this man make terrible decisions with the football. And now the interceptions, really, we should be talking about 12 interceptions in these last 4 games, because he done made some other pass that should have been picked out too. The man got to score. You can't keep turning the ball over and not put points on the board. That math is never going to work in today's NFL. Maybe in the 70s and 80s, but nowadays it ain't going to work.
So you said the difference between Baker and him was 4 interceptions, right?
Baker has 28 passing touchdowns.
So you said 4 interceptions, right? Is the difference?
I think that's the difference. But
Baker, so basically, it's the sum of that one Chargers game, right? 4.
Keely, remember, I said he has 28 passing touchdowns. We're not going to ignore that point, that Baker is still scoring. Now, if Kurt goes out here and he gives us 3 interceptions and 5 touchdown passes, all right, man, your team still got a fighting chance, because you done put some points on the board in lieu of you turning the ball over. But you can't have 4 consecutive games where you turn the ball over.
I got a question for you, Tidy.
Go ahead.
If the remaining 4 games, right? The remaining 4 games, he has no turnovers, no touchdowns, but we score 40 a game. Are you still upset that he doesn't score a touchdown?
That's not gonna happen.
No, that ain't the question. Are you still upset with him?
But it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna wake up a billionaire no more. I guarantee you that.
All right, so let's not even entertain it then. That's what you're saying. And so instead of answering it, you're just not going to entertain it.
It's not going to happen, bro. Let's Keely. You are a very intelligent person, bro. Let's deal in reality.
The reason you're not entertaining because you know the point I'm making.
It's like, I don't know your point.
If Nick Saban was the coach, you know he's not throwing touchdowns. You know they're running it
it's feasible to not.
Look what you just asked me. If we go the next 4 games and Kirk don't score no touchdowns, but we average 40 points a game, it's not gonna happen, bro. Why are we gonna even talk about that?
The point I'm making is like the overemphasis on. All right, it's a loss. Y'all gonna get caught up on it anyway.
Hold on. Like, let me jump in. Let me jump in here real quick because Toddy said something. You said with those that he not scoring and he's turning the ball over and we're losing. Those other guys not doing that. So just for context. I see one game where the Kansas City Chiefs didn't throw a single touchdown. With 2 interceptions, they got a dub. I see another game where they didn't throw no touchdowns, got 1 interception. They got a dub. I see another game where they threw no touchdowns, got 1 interception, got a dub. So again, context matters. Our team is not that good. Now, if you were to say our team isn't good enough for Kirk to be throwing interceptions, all right, that's a story that we can get down and talk to. That's something I would agree with you with. But to solely say that him throwing interceptions and us not scoring is the reason why we're losing, to me is just crazy because we see other teams, other quarterbacks who do the same thing, but they somehow manage to win. That's my point.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to make this real simple. Patrick Mahomes has 20 touchdowns. He has 11 interceptions. He essentially has a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. You can win in the NFL with that kind of ratio. You can win like that. That's kind of the ideal mark that you want your quarterback to at least be. Right. Our guy sitting at 17 to 15. He's basically throwing an interception for every touchdown. You're not gonna win like that, y'all. The math will never work in today's NFL. Going back to the 70s and the 80s, yeah, you can win like that because the game was played a lot differently. But in this modern era of football, you're not gonna win at 17 to 15. It ain't gonna work.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I just think it's maybe a little overemphasis because you got somebody like Green Bay that's top 10 in scoring, and Jordan Love only has 4 or 5 more touchdowns.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
He has a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. The ratio is what we need to focus on. Those are the new.
Kurtz is high because of one game, and we all agree that was a horrible game. No one is giving him a pass for that game. He played horrible, and in him playing horrible, he got 4 interceptions.
No, I'm not ignoring that. I listen. Okay, I'll walk down that street with y'all. Let's take those interceptions away. Now we're sitting at 17 and 11. That's still not ideal. You're still gonna have a good bit of struggle with your team. Now you're sitting at 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Everybody y'all trying to compare him to, they're sitting at a 2-to-1 TD to interception ratio. His ratio still ain't good. You take away that one game. We can take away that game. I'm good with that. I live in fantasy land. Take it away.
And another thing to reply back to you, Coach, it's not like we're just giving Kirk just to smoke. We're giving the defense to smoke too. Defense is not that good. Now, you could blame that on players, or you could blame that on coaching. The defense is not that good. We've been giving them hell, too. It ain't just Kirk. At the end of the day, it is a team's game. But what I'm trying to say is majority of the blame should go on Kirk for these last 4 games. Exactly.
And right. Well, and I disagree with you on that. Like I said, if we want to say that our team, if both of y'all were to say our team is not good enough for Kirk to throw an interception and we win, I can agree with you. I'll go down that rabbit hole with you, and that'll be a great discussion. But again, I can't say that Kirk Cousins should get majority of the blame when our team as a whole has been playing horrible. outside of the Chargers game when our defense played immaculate and Kurt shit the bed, every game outside of that was a whole team loss. Like it was a team loss.
Okay. So who do you put the majority of the blame on, Coach?
There's no majority of the blame. A
No,
majority of the blame for
I'm
me
just
will
asking
go
you.
to the
I'm just
coaching
asking
staff.
if a person asks you that right now, today, a random person, who would you put majority of the blame on the Falcons losing right now? Who would it go on?
I wouldn't give a majority to anybody. I'll say we are effectively losing as a team. It is a team loss. We're not playing complimentary football. We're getting penalties out the ass. We're having fumbles in inopportune moments. Our defense is getting blown out the water. It's not just a majority blame situation.
In all 4 games, have we lost the same way each time? Like, is it a all right? So the Chargers game, clearly we lost because of Kurt. That's something we've all agree on.
And before that was cool.
So my question is for all 4 of these losses, have we lost all 4 games the same way?
No.
I think Kurt could have played better in some of those games.
But I'm talking about the reason we lost those 4 games. Is Kirk the reason we lost all 4 games? Have we lost all 4 games the exact same way?
No, we lost the exact same way.
No,
probably responsible for 2 of them.
No. Now, something I've got to say.
We lost all 4.
Okay, something I've got to say, and I'm going to point directly to the Chargers game. Okay, because and if I'm wrong, y'all correct, because I could be wrong. Didn't we load that game up with expectations and things, and this is the game, and we coming off of a bye week and all of that? Didn't we supercharge that game as a watershed moment?
Correct. At home,
John.
At home,
we've been supercharging games the last month.
But no, not like this one. Not like this one. Because we lost to New Orleans before the bye, which we weren't supposed to. Correct? We were not supposed to lose to New Orleans.
One game before the bye. Then it was the Denver Broncos right before.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. Excuse me. You're right. But that New Orleans game was one that we who was that? Somebody just said because we danced on Bourbon Street right before the game, and somebody was sweeping and all that. Who was that? Who that?
Could have been
Tonio.
Voodoo.
Yeah, it was a hoodoo game. Okay, we weren't supposed to lose that. Then, we go to Denver and get blown out. All right. When we went on that bye, because see, the first thing, because I remember Red. We better not lose that New Orleans game before we go to bed. Red, you remember you said that too.
Yeah, I told you, Joe. We've been supercharged for about a month now.
Oh, okay. Now, coming back off of that bye week, playing the Chargers, we were apprehensive about that game because of how good their defense was. Okay, it wasn't necessarily Herbert, or whoever, but it was their defense that we were kind of concerned about. All right, we lose that freaking game because we did it to ourselves with 4 interceptions. We had no inkling, idea, clue, worst nightmare, worst daymare that was going to be the thing that was going to get us. That's why that 4 interception game is one of the reasons right now that we have the doubt in the team that we have, because just because, to your point, Keely, that it is an anomaly, it happened. It's just like watching a car wreck, a horrific car accident. No, you don't want to see it again, but you saw that and you're traumatized by seeing that. That's where I am with this. Yeah,
but at the same time, it's not quite an anomaly, but it happens. We lost to New Orleans because Koo missed 4-5 kicks. I think it was 4 or 5 kicks. Like,
Well,
that's what
okay.
we're saying. We're saying
now, okay, I'm getting it.
nobody's giving
Now,
Kurt
coach.
a pass at all. But what we're saying
coach.
is we lose as a team. Like, there has been a team issue. There is no just give Kurt. Kurt is majority of the reason we lose it. The Chargers game, absolutely. Every other game has been one aspect of the team or another.
Let me say this real quick, John. I'm sorry. The reason that the spotlight from the fans and also the national media is shining so bright on Kirk Cousins, you got a lot of factors here.
Yeah, you got the money, then you got Michael Penix Jr. I get it.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with Penix. You know, just throw him away for right now. I ain't stand Penix right now. We was at 6-3. We had an 80% chance to get in the playoffs. You couldn't be no more in the driver's seat than we were in the driver's seat. Then we plummet and we lose these 4 consecutive games, and now we're not even at the top of our division after not being in the playoffs since 2017. And now, to your point, Coach, this is after you bring in a guy who a lot of people question with his contract. And I just want to say for the record, I was pro Kurt. I was arguing and debating for Kurt. I like the move.
I do too.
But when you get that guy $100 million guaranteed over essentially just 2 years, and he has this 4 span of games like he has had, and we have now went from 6-3 and look like we're gonna host a game in the Benz for the first time in franchise history in the Benz, to now Atlanta might not make the playoffs. They go choke away. Hey, the Falcons way, they're gonna choke away another league. That's why the spotlight is shining so hard on Kirk. It's not only his fault, but he got to take most of the blame.
And Patty, I understand that for the layman's, but everyone on this panel, I think considers themselves very football knowledgeable, very, very knowledgeable fans of the game, students of the game. So we understand that there's context to things. A normal fan, yeah, I wouldn't even argue with a normal fan. I'll be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But for us, like there's context to it, bro. And yes, he outside of the Charger game. And again, I want to just keep reiterating this. I know I'm not, and I don't think Keeley is either, absolving him of that game. Yes, it was a horrible game, but to sit there and say that he is the reason we are on a 4-game losing streak is outrageous to me. Because again, Coop missed 5 field goals. This past game, we just got burnt on defense. Like it just was a total shit show on defense. The Denver game, that was coaching let us down on that game. Like there has been no game that we have played in this 4-game losing streak that was played that we played complimentary football all 4 quarters. One aspect of the team or another failed the rest of the team.
But I think where people are, and I think everyone's expectations are, because some of these games I didn't expect us to beat the Chargers. So, and that goes back to what I mentioned earlier when Tidy had his show in the preseason. We did the record prediction, right? How I was talking about, we're gonna start off 0-3, right? Where and Red was all positive, like, no, it's gonna be this and that. Like some of these games we predicted that we weren't going to win. Like if you go back to that show, like so some of these games, like you can clearly see why we didn't win. Like he said, Denver, we clearly Sean Payton put on a coaching clinic. Like he just out coached us. New Orleans, I would say this, even though I think it just on the conditions in which New Orleans was in, right? I get people say that when they're down, that's when you typically get that fight back game. But even at the beginning of the year, that was the one team I felt like we were gonna split the division with. I was like, we're gonna go 1-1 with New Orleans anyway. Even though I do think with the coach being fired and Derek Carr not playing, I'm like, hey, y'all gotta get it. But it is what it. I expect us to split it. And then with the Chargers, I expect us to lose that game from the beginning of the year. And I didn't pick Minnesota to beat us at the preseason, but by week 4, when I saw what Minnesota were doing, I'm like, yeah, we're going to lose that game, just like I feel like we're going to lose against the Commanders. And I predicted that we would beat them early before I seen what Jaden Daniels did, but now I've seen it and I'm like, okay. So I mean, with it, I just think it's perspective because most of these games, the only game out of this 4-game losing streak that I expected us to win was New Orleans.
Can I say something to your point, Keely? Going back to that same show, I remember I said we was gonna go 12-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said 12-5, and I actually put it up on the because I got the schedule up on the refrigerator, and I got the little erase board next to it, and it say 12-5. And so one day I came home, and my girl erased it, right? And I said, "Why you erased it off the board?" She said, "If you don't stop believing in them goddamn Falcons and get that shit up out of here," my own girl told me this.
But I would be
like she sound like a couple
trying to tell you.
I felt so bad, man.
I would want us to go back and look at that pregame, and I would want to know what we predicted and what games we predicted we would lose. Because in terms of expectations, I wonder how many games on that preseason show on Tidy's show, how many of us predicted us to win all 4 of these games.
Now wait a minute, Keely.
I will answer that and say when we did the prediction show.
Tidy, didn't you say you were gonna go 9-8?
No, I had
11.
Oh, okay. So I thought somebody on here said, was that you, Keely, that said 9-8?
I think I had us like at 10.
You was 11-6 too, Keely.
I could have sworn I said 10.
Somebody
because I said we were gonna start 0-3.
It was probably me, Red.
At the beginning of the year, I jumped out. I was one of the ones who jumped out the window because I said we wasn't gonna lose. And before the season started, I said we wasn't gonna lose no game after the bye because before the season started, every team after the bye on paper was cupcake. You know what I'm saying? So once the season started, like week 5, week 6, I mean, on Tidy show, I kept saying it to Tidy, kept saying it to Red. You know what I mean? I said we after the bye we may win 2 at the most. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'm with you on that, Keely. Like, it ain't just Kurt. You know what I mean? It's the team as a whole, man. It really is.
I'm just saying. I think it's the expectation. I'm just speaking to the expectation. We get mad, and some of us predicted that we would lose some of these games. But go ahead.
Well, see, I'm going to say this about that.
See what happened when I think positive, John.
Yeah. but see, okay. One thing I realize right now, 2024. The NFL that Pete Rozelle wanted, parity, where anybody can go to the Super Bowl and anybody can win the Super Bowl, has arrived. Okay, there are no just knockdown, drag out, dominant teams in the NFL anymore. That's gone. So I've always said,
what about Detroit?
No, I'm not going to even say Detroit because the thing is that Detroit is doing real good right now.
They got to win the Super Bowl first.
Yeah. That's they got to create. They got to create. Yeah, they got to create the type of quote unquote dynasty that Kansas City has. Okay,
right. Yeah, y'all right.
Because Kansas City has won back to back. All right,
get that ring.
They going for 3. They going for a 3-peat.
Yeah.
Now Detroit is in a situation kind of like San Francisco. You get up there, you get knocked down. You coming back now. Now this time Detroit has to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they got to get to the Super Bowl for them to be considered, a dynasty or a dynasty in waiting.
Right.
But my thing is that any team can be beat. Can't nobody fall asleep or take anybody for granted. All right. That's the way that I'm looking at today's NFL. You can't take nobody for granted, especially not us. Because see, like I go right back to what I was telling you before. We have provided the NFL and our fans with so many hold my beer moments that it is ridiculous. It gives you look. They ought to have a doggone class in Psych 101 called Atlanta Falcons because people need therapy. We need therapy. There's a reason they don't show the Falcons in the old folk homes and in the emergency rooms around here because the Falcons will kill you. Okay? So that's why when we were talking about the conversation earlier about, oh, why in the world are we talking about Desmond Ridder and the Raiders and all? Because like Tonio said, we got PTSD. We got PTSD. And because of that,
Matt Ryan is gone. I'm healed. I'm good.
Yeah, you may be, but see, the thing is, you just one game away from a relapse.
I'm not cured, Keely, till we
you one game. This game right here, this game right here will put your cancer in. Man, look here.
I do not believe the Raiders are going to beat us.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I do not believe it.
I hear you.
Matt Ryan is no longer my quarterback.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm not cured of Matt Ryan till we get there. Because he blew it. He blew it for
I hear you. I hear you, but I know better. I know better.
I know better. I'm gonna say this with the Raiders game. I definitely 100% think we will beat them and we should beat them. But at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, it won't surprise me if they beat us.
That's why I'm with you, Tay. I really, like I said,
I won't be surprised.
We better than them, but and I think we should blow them out. But if we lose, I wouldn't be surprised because of the way our quarterback.
There's confidence, and then there's arrogance. I don't have arrogant. I'm not arrogant that we're going to beat them. I'm just confident. I'm confident we're going to beat the Giants. And they're just the Chargers to me are a better team. The Vikings are a better team. We're a better team than the Raiders. We're a better team than the Giants. That's just my opinion.
So let me ask
Carolina. Let me ask you, Nikki, what you think about Carolina, the way they playing lately?
They look good, man.
Yeah, they do look good.
So at least you ain't saying that's a gimme game.
No,
let me
I named the two that I think we're gonna win.
Okay. Okay.
So let me ask Tay and Toddy a question because I generally want to know, especially you, Toddy, because you've heard me say for weeks now, when we were winning and everybody was all happy and we were 6-3, and everybody, oh man, we going to the playoffs and yada yada yada, and I kept saying, hold up. We look like ass. We ain't, we playing hurt teams. Y'all getting excited for no reason. Yada 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 yada. Now, do you see what Do you understand now, like what I was saying, or do you? What's the word? What's the question I want to ask? Do you understand what I was saying? Like,
only thing I have to say to that, coach, is that I wish you thought that same way about them Texans.
Now I'm so glad that cut off because that ain't got shit to do with what I just said. But anyway, Patty, what's the answer to that?
Look, Coach. Let me respond to you, Coach. I understand what you're saying, but now you telling me after everything you just said, now you telling me don't worry about the Raiders. That's a given. We got that one for sure.
Well, nothing is.
I didn't say that. I never said that. I didn't say we were going to win one way or the other. What I said was we wasn't going to lose to Desmond Ridder.
Well, okay then. That's what you saying. You guaranteeing to win. It's a gimme game.
No. They could. I understand.
Can you separate the two?
What do you mean? Okay, so the game that we won by strictly kicking field goals, would you contribute that to Kirk Cousins winning us that game, or was it that we won by field goals in our defense?
Which game was that?
The New Orleans game.
No, with the defense.
The first New Orleans game.
The one where the defense scored 2 touchdowns or whatever, and then we just kicked field goals. Yeah, I think it was the first New Orleans game
at home.
Would you contribute that? You wouldn't contribute that to Kirk Cousins. You would contribute that as a Falcons win. That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter what Kirk do in the game Monday night.
No. The offense had not got untracked. The offense had not got on track. That's why we were kicking all those field goals.
If
I remember
regardless on
correctly.
why it happened, it happened, John. The point is, what I'm saying is, Desmond Ritter is not going to beat the Atlanta Falcons. If we lose, it's going to be because of something outside of Desmond Ritter doing, as in Kirk throws 3 pick sixes, or they get something that. Anyway, Desmond Ritter
I
ain't going to do
understand.
shit.
Coach, I understand what you're saying.
Ain't that what
I
we told
understand
you
what
that's
you're
what
saying.
we worried about, Coach? That's what we told you we were worried about.
Hey,
Okay,
Coach, what was your question again for me and Tidy?
Yeah, so
he wanted to see if y'all learned y'all lesson. That's what he was
not
basically
really. No, not learn your lesson. Not learn your lesson.
Learn our
Not
lesson
learn your
about what?
lesson. I'm saying, do you see now that how back then what I was saying basically came to fruition? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
everyone's
yeah, yeah. No,
upset
no, no.
because
Well,
we're in
look,
this
Coach.
4-game losing streak. When we were winning, we were, there were a couple of us who were saying, watch how we're winning. That's not sustainable. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Do you
look, Coach.
understand?
When you were saying that, I wasn't really on the panel, but the thing is, I was in the background agreeing with you, honestly, because I was saying the same shit. The games that we won, when you were saying we should have blowed them out, I was agreeing with you. We should have blowed them teams out if we wanted to become a real threat to the NFC. So I was agreeing with you during that run, and then that's why I'm like, so on to Kirk. Like I get it, it's a team. Lose as a team, it's a team thing. But that's why I'm so on Kirk ass, because we remember Kirk Tober. We remember what he was doing. We remember the 4 touchdowns, the 500 yards, the back-to-back games. Kirk looked unstoppable. These games, who was it? The New
he
Orleans.
looked unstoppable.
I ain't gonna say unstoppable. I kind of did carried away with that, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, we get
But
you. We
the New
understand.
Orleans game, I had us winning that. The Denver game, I had us winning. And this is just me. Y'all opinions might be different, but I had us winning the Denver game. And then who else played? The Chargers. I had us win the Chargers. And then the Minnesota game, that was the game I felt like it would have probably came down to the wire. But now, obviously, we see what's going on. That's why it's frustrating of what I'm seeing from this team. But then again, it goes all back to what you were saying, Coach. We should have been blowing these teams out, or we're not so sold, onto what we seeing on the field. So that's my answer to your question.
Right. And what I'm saying is, back then we were only winning because Kirk was playing. So that was also my point, to tie in these 4-game losing streak, because we were winning because Kirk was playing so quote unquote lights out and on top of it. But now that he's not playing that good, we see how trash this team really is. And we're not trash, but we're not a good team. And it's
Kirk had 2 games. He only 2 of those games in October. He only had 2 good games in Kirktober, and that was the 2 Tampa Bay games. The Carolina game, he really didn't have a good one, and that Seattle game.
Did he throw 2-3
He ran
touchdowns?
for 200 yards in that game, Keith.
Yeah, so the Carolina game, he was 19 for 30 for 225 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 0 interceptions. And then the Seattle game was 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and the offense didn't even get off the bus that day. So this was basically
my niece's birthday, thank God.
Yeah, it was overrated from the jump, but we were winning, so nobody cared though.
I can remember when I can remember when I was in the hospital and my doctor asked me, they was like, when do you feel like, what are your triggers? Like what I said, Falcons games.
Tell me, how long did he start laughing, Tony?
He was like, he said, yeah, he said, I'm gonna prescribe you some of this fuck it all. I said, yeah, because that's what I need, because them Falcons games really be having me like I don't know, like a lot of people, like if you ain't drinking or smoking, you're gonna need some meds dealing with them.
Man, they almost got Marcus Washington.
What was you saying, Tidy?
I was gonna say that to answer your question you asked a moment ago, Coach. Like when you were saying that, trust me, I was soaking everything in you were saying, because I was seeing a lot of the same stuff. But at the same time, as I was telling you back then, I was just on a high of winning. I hadn't seen that SHIT since 2017. So I was in the moment. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna ride this side until you know.
I appreciate that honesty. I appreciate that honesty.
Yeah, I mean, I totally saw what he's saying, and then also, I knew we would go start back lose. I know we're gonna lose more games, of course, but on that schedule, if I remember correctly, I had us losing in New Orleans just because that's New Orleans and it's hard to win down there. I had us being the Broncos. I had us being the teams that I thought would come in with a rookie quarterback who was the Broncos and also the Vikings at that time. I didn't see the Sam Darnold coming out of nowhere, and I didn't feel like we would go to the West Coast and beat the Chargers. So I had us at 2-2.
The Chargers came
here.
Oh, my bad. I still don't think I had us beating the Chargers, but y'all right, they did come here. So I think I would have had us around about 8-5 after that six game start. But once we hit that skid, man, and Kirk Cousins just started looking like Indianapolis Matt Ryan, it was like, man, what in the hell?
I appreciate it. I remember one episode you came on here and you were basically telling us while we were ruining the vibe, you was like, dude, we're winning. Y'all hush up. Basically, that's what it was.
That's what I was on, bro. Because like I said, man, we hadn't won since 2017, man. I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna ride it to the sunset until the horse breakdown.
I think the difference between
how convenient they going to Vegas because the sun about to set.
I think the difference between me and some of y'all was that the whole heartbreak stuff and all that was from like 2010 to 2015 for me, because after 2010 when we were the number 1 seed with Matt Ryan, I actually thought we were good.
Me too.
But I haven't thought we were good the past.
I think a lot of people. I think more so. Well, I ain't gonna tell you what y'all think, but what I see, what I see is y'all were a lot. Y'all were a little bit bamboozled by the winds, and now the ship has crashed back to earth. And you know what I'm saying? That y'all a little upset, but you know this was coming. Like you can't do the things in wins that you do in losses, and then your number 1 player start playing bad and still think you're gonna win. Like the only reason that it looks as bad as it does is because Kurt's playing bad. But this team has been doing the same thing the whole year. It's just that Kurt was able to get us out of some of these holes. But now that he's playing bad, then it is what it is. The true colors of the team are now showing.
Well, now I'm going.
When your quarterback play bad,
what?
I can't say that is a hard and fast rule, because
you talk about what's a hard and fast rule?
I'm trying to make sure I remember what it is that you're saying, because see, all teams have flaws.
Right.
And unfortunately, and I've had to come to learn that all teams have flaws. It just depends on how well you cover them up by good play in other areas. Because see, you can have a horrendous defense, but outscore the other team to where, it's a 35-34 game or a 40-14 game because of the fact that the other team is making so many mistakes, kind of like what we do to ourselves. Because I put, and this is me to a fault, I put the onus on the quarterback because the quarterback is the most important person on the football field. Okay, he's the highest paid. He's almost like the liaison between what we used to call union and management. He's a liaison, even though he is union. He's a liaison because the coaches go to him. The offense coaches go to him on the most important unit in football, and he relays instructions to everybody else.
He's a consigliere.
Yeah. He's a well, let me see. That was analyze this, analyze that.
Tom
Consigliere.
Yeah. Oh, you going back to analyze this, ain't you?
Oh man, I love both of those movies. Boy, I love both of those movies. But at any rate, but that's who he is. Okay, your offense, your passing offense, which is the most dominant part of the offense since the rules have been changed, puts even extra onus on the quarterback. So it's a thing where I say, when the quarterback is messing up, when the quarterback is messing your team up, your team messed up. Okay. And those, even though that is an anomaly, even though that rarely happens, that is just so damning. That's just so damaging that my finger has got to point right dead at you, especially in light of the fact that I was saying from the very beginning of the season, once I spotted it, that this was going to be a downfall for you and for the team if this keeps up. And doggone if it didn't bite us in the behind in the Charger game and get us also in this game twice. Now, like Coach said, there were more things that happened other than Kirk Cousins this last game. But this was especially crucial 2 games ago. The game that we didn't circle it at the beginning of the season, but we doggone sure circled it at the end of the first part of the season going into the bye week, because we dropped one in New Orleans, and we definitely dropped the one in Denver. Okay, and we were looking at this particular game right here. We were looking at this game. This is where the ship gets right. This is where we correct the mistake. This is where we take off. Okay. And the horror of horrors took place. The horror of horrors took place. So, but gentlemen, it is 1:26. I got some stuff I got to do in the Munin. So we got 15, 16 night hours up there watching us, and I think James might have left. Who that done left me? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and we're gonna shut it down for this edition of the eye test. And like we always do, we still got questions. Still got a lot more arguing to do about this situation. But hey, take it up next week, or either Red can grab it and they can argue about it Saturday morning.
I tell you what,
they don't have nobody on, because I'll be on there arguing with everybody.
We lose on Monday night, John. We gonna have a debate for ages come next Wednesday. I'm afraid what we all gonna say. So I just hope we go ahead and take care of this victory. So we all, if you think we got PSD now tighty, oh my God.
Man, I think Kirk gonna mess around and throw 4 or 5 touchdowns this game.
PSD, really.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, what the hell is PSD? You meant PTSD?
Yeah,
LSD?
I don't know what I meant.
That's that hard shit, though.
Oh, it might be worse than PTSD.
Red been hanging out in the bluff.
Because see, look, Falcons will make you invent a new disease trying to explain what the hell we feeling.
You ain't lying about that.
Been over there behind the old Greenbrier.
Oh Lord, I ain't going that far now, Antonio.
I'm in the road.
Look at Tidy. How you know about that, Tidy? All the way out there where you at?
Oh man, that was my old stomach grind there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My old stomach grind now.
Okay. All right.
All right. Hey, so let me see who I got left in the house so I can ask him what today. Hey, coach. Now you done finished your homework and everywhere. He done left.
Yeah, coach on tap now.
He fired. All right, Red, what you doing this weekend, boss?
All right, well, if the Waffle House open, I'll probably join Tidy on Friday. If not, you know where to find me Saturday mornings, 10 or 11 a.m. Red and Real Sports Show, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome all. Come one, come all. John, thank you for having me. Winston, get well, buddy. Love talking to you today. Tidy, Tay, Tonyo.
Likewise.
All right. Tidy.
Well, we won't have the baby over here this week. You know, weekend. You know, we'll do the Waffle House on Friday. If not, you know, we'll do the post game show on Sunday. Then be back here on.
Well, that'll be Monday night, won't it? But Tuesday morning.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Yeah, Monday night or Tuesday morning, probably sometime on Tuesday. I forgot about that. I'm like you, John. You should have.
We gotta wait for this massacre.
John, you should have called New York on this game.
I did. They didn't want to flex it.
I still thought we were gonna get it flexed. Yeah.
But thank you for having me up here, John. You can find me everywhere at Atlanta Bird Gang on social media. I appreciate y'all time and everybody on the panel, man.
All right. Thanks for coming through. Tay.
Yes, sir.
The 20-year-old.
23.
Tay, you 20 until you turn 30. That's the way we do that.
Okay. So I'm just the young buck, so I catch up with y'all old asses.
Oh no, I'm too far ahead of you, bro. I got more miles behind me than I got in front of me, so ain't gonna be no catching.
Gotcha. All in all, though, same old. You catch me on I-20 or somewhere on 285, or catch me with a couple hoochie mamas.
Oh damn, that's every highway in the damn city. Yeah, we know we'll catch you on one of them if you're driving.
But nah, for real though, enjoy the talk with you guys. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay blessed.
All right, Tay, I'll let you back out.
Bro.
Yes, sir. Tonyo.
What's up? As always, I appreciate being on the show. Winston, get well, my brother.
What's wrong with Winston?
He had told me that there was a medical issue going on. I think it might have been his fiance, but you know they were going to the hospital or whatever. But I thought he was going to be able to pop back in, but he hasn't yet. So, and I told him to let me know what's going on, whatever. If I had to roll out, I'd roll out. He said nothing but a word.
My bad, Tony.
Yeah, well, other than that, y'all fellas be easy. Y'all catch me somewhere, in CP on Old Nat, Other than that, this weekend I'll be going to see my nephew. My niece just had a baby.
All right.
All right, fellas, I'm out. I'll let you, John.
All right. And gentlemen, thank you guys for coming in, and James and Keely and C-Dub, Tidy, you and Red, everybody in the comments, and say a prayer and keep Winston in your thoughts. Bree, I meant to say hey Bree, but Red sent you the hearts before I could even type them up. So it's the same thing. Love, same thing. And Wallace Smith, Millie Mills, Strapped Up 24, Cool CC. Who else here? Let me see. I can find another name here. But, Ray Ellison and the regular gang. Thank you guys for participating, coming in, falling through. We do this every night, every Wednesday night. And guys, enjoyed it. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. Get ready for some Falcons football Monday night. Oh, Lord help us. Bye-bye.
All right, John, take it easy.
All right, you too.